Chapter 548. I'm innocent. After all, I'm only looking at this matter as the Moon Elder. Mu Chi-Chi quickly raised her hand and swore. Feng Shan used to be annoying, but after you get to know her, you realize that she's not that bad. No, it's that she's so bad that you can't hate her at all. If she dares to lead you astray, I'll cripple her too. Mu Chi-Chi couldn't help but laugh. She leaned on Sheng Zhao's chest and asked, "But why do I feel that I'm bad enough? After all, I've turned my uncle into my husband." Sheng Zhao hugged the threatening little thing. He really wanted to pin her down on the bed and teach her a lesson. Of course, when the time was right, Sheng Zhao would take the initiative to find out what kind of murder cases had happened in the police station, because his mind would calculate if those cases would affect Mu Chi-Chi's safety. As for tracking down the criminals, that was his little thing's interest. The next afternoon, Sheng Kai suddenly returned to Jinchuan after going to Europe. He requested for a temporary board meeting and asked Grandpa Sheng and third brother to attend. He said that he had found a way to solve the Tiffany and Company's crime. Grandpa Sheng didn't know what trick he was playing now. Before he went to Huang Yao's board meeting, he asked his lawyer to send a copy of the will to Sheng Xiao. However, Sheng Xiao frowned when he received the document. But Grandpa Sheng's lawyer told him, "I hope that eighth young master can keep this document safe. You don't have to open it now. It might be of great use at a critical moment." "All right, go back and report," Sheng Xiao said to the lawyer. "Then I'll leave first. You go ahead." As smart as Sheng Xiao was, how could he not know what was in the document? That would be underestimating him. Grandpa Sheng was extremely distrustful of second brother now. So, he gave this to Sheng Xiao in the hope that he could stabilize the Sheng family. That old thing was clearly going to live to 100 years old. Still, it was a blessing for third brother to have this document in his hand. He used to think that Sheng Bowen's character was not suitable for business or investment. But now that he thought about it, his generous character might be useful. Soon, the group rushed to the conference room of Huang Yao. At that moment, Grandpa Sheng and third brother had no idea what Sheng Kai was up to. The only thing they knew was that it was definitely not something good. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Huang Yao's interim shareholders' meeting was held smoothly. On the other hand, Sheng Kai, who had just returned from abroad, was not as anxious as when he left. He looked at the company's shareholders, Grandpa Sheng, and Sheng Bowen. "Chief Sheng, I wonder if your promise of a week still counts. Also, what progress have you made in the past? Don't keep me guessing anymore." Of course, if I didn't go there, I wouldn't have known that my good third brother has always been in close contact with the Tiffany family. So, I think it won't be a problem for Huang Yao and Tiffany to continue working together. What do you think, third brother? Sheng Bowen felt uncomfortable when he was called out. What did she mean by he was close to the Tiffany family? Don't you think it's too much to fight for power with me? Sheng Bowen did not understand why Sheng Kai was blamed on him. How am I too much? It's been a few days since it happened. Since you have such a deep relationship with the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company, why did you watch me being put in a difficult position by the board of directors? Why didn't you help me to stabilize the situation in Huang Yao? Can't everyone understand what you are trying to do? You just want to see the board of directors fire me. Then, you will immediately come up with a solution to the problem and win the support of the board of directors. What do you think? Am I right? After hearing Sheng Kai's words, Sheng Bowen finally understood his second brother's intentions. He had gone to the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company. So, he came back to make a scene. "I have always been against you working with Tiffany and Company. How many times have we quarreled publicly and privately? Is it my fault that you insist on expanding the investment? I know there's a problem with Tiffany and Company. That's why I built a good relationship with the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company. This is to prevent Huang Yao from falling into such a problem. I'm just a deputy CEO. What right and identity do I have to go against you? I just hope that if Huang Yao is really in danger one day, there might be a way out." "A way out?" Sheng Kai sneered. "If it is as you said, why is the other party unwilling to see me? Moreover, if you were really so kind, why didn't you stand up and explain the matter when it happened?" "That's because I'm not confident that I can convince the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company. I'm not like you. I will not make empty promises if I can't do it." The reason why the other party is unwilling to see you is that when he and his brother were fighting for the position of the chairman, your cooperation helped his brother to win. Why would he want to see you? Hearing the quarrel between the two brothers, the shareholders finally understood what was going on. It turned out that the key to solving all this was Shung Bowen. However, the two brothers were suspicious of each other. You're saying it in hindsight. That sounds nice. Anyway, Shung Kai just wanted to make himself look dignified. If he was not wrong in anything, then he was right. Shung Bowen took a deep breath. He really cannot be bothered to talk to him. At this time, Grandpa Shung, who had been silent for a long time, said, Shung Kai stubbornly made a false risk assessment report. The root cause is him. Of course, I encouraged him. So I'm also at fault. That day, when I fainted at the board meeting, it was third brother who took care of me in the hospital. He immediately told me about the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company. He had a way to save Huang Yao at the critical moment. Before this, the two brothers were quarreling at home. The third brother wanted the second brother to withdraw his investment, but the second brother refused to do so no matter what. Of course, I gave the power to second brother. I convinced myself to believe in second brother's judgment. So, I sided with second brother and overruled third brother again and again. But I did not expect things to develop like this. There's nothing we could do about third bro, so we secretly set up a connection. And in the 2 days he was in the hospital, he was also contacting the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company. But the eldest young master was worried about the hatred between him and second brother, so he did not give in. Now that second brother has returned to the country, he could not think of any solution. Instead, he started to attack third brother who had worked so hard. You are not just letting down the trust of the board of directors. Chapter 549. Shung Kai looked at Grandpa Shung in disbelief. Grandpa, you were the one who agreed to the Tiffany and Company project. Now that there is a problem, how can you blame it on me alone? Isn't it more important to get through this hurdle as soon as possible? I know you resent me for not being by your side to take care of you these 2 days. It was third brother who was taking care of you. But if I was by your side, who would know about the situation in Europe? You always have a lot of reasons. Grandpa Shung stomped on the ground with his walking stick. Also, I don't resent you. I'm not on third brother's side because he took care of me. It's just that I've suddenly seen through many things. Grandpa, third brother, go to Europe immediately and look for the eldest young master of the Tiffany family. See if there is any way to salvage this matter. As for second brother, if the shareholders think that he is no longer suitable to be the CEO of Huang Yao, then you can express your opinion. Grandpa Shung said calmly. Grandpa, you can't be so cruel to me. It's not fair. You're the one who caused this. Now, third brother is cleaning up your mess. You should understand this. Grandpa Shung waved his hand to stop Shung Kai from continuing. Everything depends on the decision of the board of directors. I suggest that we suspend CEO Shung and let the deputy CEO take over temporarily. Let's see how capable third young master is before making a decision. I agree. The shareholders scrambled to express their opinions. Have you forgotten the progress I brought to Huang Yao in the first half of the year? It's just a mistake. Is it necessary for you to hold on to it? Shung Kai was furious. He slammed the table and questioned the shareholders. Why don't you think about it? When Shung Xiao left, he left such a big mess. If I didn't clean it up, would Huang Yao be where it is now? Now, you doubt my ability just because of a contract worth 10 billion? Isn't this too funny? The shareholders knew Shung Kai's ability, but they also knew his ambition. Indeed, we have seen your contribution to Huang Yao in the first half of the year. But in the last 2 months, haven't you noticed the changes in yourself? You always get rid of dissidents. You should know very well how many times you have caused trouble for third young master in the dark. Not only do we need an outstanding leader, but we also hope that the person who leads us forward has a big heart. If you want to dismiss me, just say so. There's no need to come up with so many excuses. Shung Kai sneered. Third brother, what do you think? Shung Kai thought that third brother would admit that he did not have the talent and withdraw from the competition. But Shung Bowen said directly, Grandpa, I don't need to go abroad because Charney is preparing to visit Jianchuan. As an outstanding entrepreneur, he will try his best to discuss this matter with Huang Yao without any personal grudges. When was it confirmed? Just now. Sheng Bowen took out his phone and showed the message to Grandpa Sheng. As for the position of president and vice president, we'll talk about it after this matter is resolved. What he meant was that he did not refuse. He was just afraid that Shang Kai would do something if he took over the position now. He did not want to be plotted against by Shang Kai before he even became the CEO. Well done, third brother. You ganged up to bully others. Not bad. Having said that, Shang Kai walked out of Huang Yao's office. Third brother, you can handle the rest. I don't care. It's all right, third young master. We will try our best to help you. The shareholders immediately said, well, if that's the case, we'll talk when Charney arrives at Jianchuan. Sheng Bowen said to the shareholders, let me say this first. Since this matter has come to this, I'm not confident that I can turn things around. I can only say that I will try my best, but I dare not say that I will be absolutely sure. Just do your best, Grandpa Sheng said to third brother. If that's the case, everyone is dismissed. The shareholders nodded and left the meeting room one after another. However, Grandpa Sheng did not move. Instead, he looked at third brother. You were not interested in these things before. Why do you want to go against your second brother now? To be honest, Grandpa, fighting for power has never been my hobby. However, Xiao Ran and I also want to live a normal life. During this period of time, you have seen how second brother and his wife have been suppressing us. I have no intention to fight with him, but he doesn't seem to think so. He thinks that my existence is a great threat to him. Apart from me being the reason, he also thinks that I am colluding with eighth brother. I can drag him down from the position of CEO at any time. I don't want to let him down anymore. Grandpa Sheng patted third brother's shoulder. Since you want to do it, then do it. You are different from second brother and eighth brother. You are born to be more merciful. That's why I didn't think highly of you before. The business world is like a battlefield. That's why I always have eighth brother in my heart, because he can attack and defend at the same time. But I don't think I should underestimate you. Do it well. Third brother nodded. It was rare for him and Grandpa Sheng to have a peaceful conversation like this. In the past, Grandpa Sheng would explode whenever he mentioned Sheng Xiao. Now, it was obvious that he had overcome that hurdle in his heart, because he knew that if he continued to be the same as before, Huang Yao would definitely continue to have internal conflicts. There would be countless scenes of brothers killing each other. But second brother, you don't have to worry about it. I will handle it. Grandpa Sheng said to third brother. He did not even need to think about how Shang Kai would react. If he succeeded and won, he would constantly remind himself that he must not let Sheng Xiao take away all the credit. But if he failed and suffered a setback, he would always blame Sheng Xiao. Why did Sheng Xiao leave this mess to him? Why did Sheng Xiao have to make him suffer so much? Although he had been very successful in the past 8 to 9 months, he had also become more selfish. Of course, Gu Ziling's contribution was also part of it. Soon, Zhongting's office received the news. Sheng Kai has been temporarily dismissed by the board of directors. The news has spread. Sheng Xiao did not raise his head when he heard Su Che's words. He only said, it will happen sooner or later. Even if it is not because of the Tiffany and Company's cooperation, he will be dismissed for other reasons. But it has been more than half a year. His arrogance have been triggered. He will not let it go just like that. But isn't it very dangerous for him to be with third young master? Chapter 550. When Sheng Kai came home in the middle of the afternoon, Gu Ziling knew that he did not have a good time at the board meeting. But she did not expect that the board of directors would suspend him. And Grandpa Sheng, who had always been on his side, did not stand on his side this time. Perhaps it was because of the incident when Grandpa Sheng was hospitalized 2 days ago. They had exposed too much in front of Grandpa Sheng, which made him feel disgusted. And it was only a matter of time before people's hearts turned against each other. Gu Ziling saw that Shang Kai stayed in his study the moment he came home, so she let him calm down. But she could still hear the sound of something smashing in the study from time to time. How useless. He was being bullied by others, but he could not fight back at all. Later, Grandpa Sheng and Sheng Bowen came home together. They saw Gu Ziling in the living room. When their eyes met, Gu Xiling did not avoid them. She calmed herself down. Grandpa and third brother are back. Where is second brother? He is in the study, Gu Xiling answered. Maybe he's in a bad mood. He will be fine when he thinks it through. In that case, you should stay at home and accompany him for the time being. He does not need to interfere with the company's affairs for the time being. Having said that, Grandpa Sheng turned to Sheng Bowen. Come to my study. Yes, Grandpa. Gu Xiling knew that the old thing could turn hostile faster than flipping a page, which was why there was no need to be calculative with him now. When the power of Huang Yao was completely in her and her husband's hands, she would come and settle the scores with the Sheng family one by one. It was dinner time. Sheng Kai did not come out for dinner. Gu Xiling was facing everyone in the Sheng family alone. Unexpectedly, Hu Ran's stepmother called her at that moment. Sorry, I need to take a call. Gu Xiling took her phone and went to the garden. Then, she heard the woman's voice. Xiling, are you free these days? Can we meet for a chat? Mrs. Hu, do you have something to share? We will know when we meet. I heard that you and second young master are not in a good situation in the Sheng family recently. We are friends. Of course, I have to help you. See you tomorrow, Gu Xiling replied. Now, no matter what, she had to think of a way to separate third brother and his wife. Otherwise, with the Hu family supporting third brother, wouldn't he have to be above Sheng Kai in the future? After dinner, in the bridal chamber, Hu Ran looked at Sheng Bowen, who had just finished washing up. She patted the seat beside her and said to him, Third brother, now that you are in power, second brother and second sister-in-law will definitely see you as a thorn in their side. Do you have any way to deal with it? Sheng Bowen looked at her and shook his head. Grandpa said that this is the difference between me and eighth brother. If it were eighth brother, he would definitely be able to guess what the other party would plan and take precautions. But I can't. I can only take one step at a time. Hu Ran knew that he was a straightforward person, so she also laughed. You, perhaps a foolish person, has a foolish fortune. You may be in a lot of danger if you follow me, Sheng Bowen said helplessly. But don't be afraid. I will do my best to protect you. Yes, I'm not afraid. Hu Ran nodded. Go to sleep. From tomorrow onwards, you will be busier. Banyan Courtyard. This was the name that Mama Sheng gave to Mu Chi-Chi and Sheng Xiao on the day they registered. At this moment, Mu Chi-Chi dragged her tired body into the house. She saw Sheng Xiao sitting on the sofa, working while waiting for her. She squinted her eyes and lay on Sheng Xiao's lap shamelessly. Hubby, Sheng Xiao lowered his head and looked at the person on his lap. He laughed mockingly. If you need my help, just say it. Help me find an expert who is as skilled as Su Che, Mu Chi-Chi said with her big eyes. What are you going to do tomorrow? The police found the basement of the hotel. Shan and I will go down tomorrow, but we don't know what dangers there are down there. Sheng Xiao turned Mu Chi-Chi's body over and gave her a good spanking. Just report it. You don't have to be so cunning. I'm just afraid that you won't let me go down. Look at how self-aware I am. I can't wait until something happens before I report to you. The man who just went to your team is as skilled as Su Che. Really? National martial arts champion, kickboxing champion. It turned out that this man had already done his research. Then I'm not worried. Sheng Xiao looked at the back of Mu Chi-Chi's head. The little one was not worried about herself. She was just afraid that Sheng Xiao would not agree. I'll give you a day of investigation on Saturday. I've arranged for you to learn self-defense during the weekend. You have to learn how to escape no matter how many experts there are around you. Got it. Mu Chi-Chi felt at ease after being hit. She climbed up from Sheng Xiao's lap and continued, dragging her heavy body upstairs to the bedroom. Sheng Xiao put away the documents and looked at the little one, the corners of his lips curling up. It was a good thing that she knew to report to him. After their shower, they lay on their respective beds. Mu Chi-Chi could barely keep her eyes open, but she still asked Sheng Xiao, How's third, brother? Just sleep if you're tired. Don't talk so much. Sheng Xiao pressed her head against his chest. No, I want to know. I want to know everything about you and your family. Otherwise, I won't be able to keep up with your family's conversation. Mu Chi-Chi's voice gradually softened. Sheng Xiao smiled when he saw that she had fallen asleep. Even if I tell you now, you would still forget it tomorrow. Mu Chi slept soundly in his warm embrace until dawn. Early next morning, Mu Chi received a call from the professor. The police had found a passageway to the basement last night. It turned out that there was a huge underground casino hidden in the entire hotel. There was a sturdy iron door down the passageway. It was locked and covered in dust, as if no one had gone in for a long time. Even so, there was a foul stench coming from inside. It was clearly the stench of a corpse, and it was not just any other kind of stench. The additional police arrived at the scene early in the morning. The police unlocked the door, but they could not find where the corpse was hidden. That was why the captain informed the forensics team to be in position immediately. The professor led Mu Chi and Feng Shanshan into the spacious basement. The entire place was half the size of the hotel lobby, but there was only one window and a bar counter. There were 4 stone pillars in the middle of the room, and there was a washroom on the left. The entire place was filled with the stench of corpses, but no one could find where the corpse was hidden. Mu Chi turned her gaze towards the washroom where the stench was thickest. Both the professor and Feng Shanshan noticed it too. Chapter 551. The bathroom was very simple. There was a sink, a squatting toilet, and a shower. The body is inside. Tang Yin glanced at it and turned to the professor. It's time for you forensic doctors to take action. The bathroom was not big and could only accommodate about 3 people. The professor brought Mu Chi and Feng Shanshan into the shower. The body was highly decomposed, and the giant appearance had begun to fade. The body was curled up in the shower in a sideways position. Obviously, someone put it in after the death. The deceased is a male between 60 and 65 years old. There are obvious strangulation marks on his neck and visible damage on his body. There are clothes fibers or skin flakes under his fingernails. There are no other injuries on other parts of his body. After eliminating the possibility of poisoning, we can basically confirm that he was strangled to death. I didn't expect that there would be another case involved, but it doesn't seem difficult to investigate. The secret passage in the bathroom above the hotel leads directly to the underground casino. The murderer knows this place and may have hidden here. But when did he leave in the end? Feng Shanshan raised a question, but soon they began to feel numb. Because in order not to leave his own footprints, the murderer must have waited for the police to come before leaving. Because everyone thought that the murderer would leave his footprints before leaving, but no one would have thought that he would hide in this basement and wait for the police to leave before leaving. Now that there were so many police officers entering the hotel every day, how could they find the murderer's tracks? He's too cunning. Let's find the murderer first. There is evidence left under the victim's fingernails. It should not be difficult to investigate. Maybe there is a connection between the 2 cases. The professor stood up and said to everyone, "Let's go back and test it first." "I have a bold idea," Mu Chi said to the professor. At this time, Tang Yin also said to everyone, "Compare the DNA of these skin flakes with the 4 victims above." That's right. Mu Chi had the same idea. If it was really as they expected, then it was very likely that it was a vendetta. Then the murderer must be related to the victims. Okay, if that's the case, let's act quickly. Now that they had a breakthrough, everyone was pumped up. The police were confirming the identity of the deceased. But at this time, Tang Yin had a new question. Since there is no exit in the basement, and he could only hide, how did Liao Xing get out? Everyone seemed to have fallen into this mystery. He said that after he saw the bodies, he was knocked unconscious. When he woke up, he was already outside. Our colleagues have also examined him. There's indeed a wound on his head. No, there is something wrong with his logic. Before we came in, the murderer was hiding in the basement. If Liao Xing was knocked out by the murderer, he would have been sent away immediately. It is impossible that we did not find the murderer's tracks. But if Liao Xing waited for us to arrive before he was sent out by the murderer, who called the police? This doesn't make sense at all, so he must be lying. You have to retry him. Previously, we ruled out Liao Xing as a suspect because we thought there was an exit in the basement and both he and the murderer could leave. However, since there is no exit in the basement, he must be lying. After Tang Yin finished speaking, the results of the DNA comparison were out. This skin tissue belongs to the elder brother, Liao Sheng. You've guessed correctly. However, there's something even more shocking. This deceased is Liao Xing's biological father, who is also the biological uncle of the deceased brothers. In that case, was there still a need to continue investigating? The result was obvious. Because there was substantial evidence, Liao Xing confessed in the end. But what was different from the police's speculation was that he did not kill the 4 people to avenge his father, because he did not know that his father had died in the basement. He had killed those 4 people because the 2 brothers had taken pity on him every day and allowed him to come over to earn tips. However, they had humiliated him, mocked him, and even called him incomparably ugly, neither human nor ghost. Liao Xing had long wanted to kill them. He had imagined it thousands of times in his heart. That morning, the 2 brothers asked Liao Xing to go and earn tips again, but Liao Xing took the opportunity to meet his wife. When Liao Xing found out about it, he could not hold it in anymore, so he put the plan on the agenda. In the evening, he carried an axe and killed the 2 men. After that, he hid in the basement and only left after the police left. And the so-called call to the police was made by someone else. He lied that it was him to eliminate his suspicion. Do you know that your father died in a basement? The murderer is Liao Sheng. Liao Xing was shocked at first, but then he laughed. This is retribution. This is what the 2 brothers deserve. Liao Xing, you will eventually be punished by the law. This is at most a crime of passion. If I had more time, I would definitely be able to make it so that the police will not find any traces. But the 2 brothers are really hateful. I can't help it. Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan felt bad when they saw the murderer's ferocious side. That's why I said that the living are the scariest. The case is solved. I'll treat everyone to afternoon tea, the captain of the criminal investigation team said to everyone. But Tang Yin did not fit in. You guys go ahead. I don't need it. Boring soul. Feng Shanshan could not help but say to Tang Yin with her back facing him. That's not it. He is going to help me make something in the afternoon, the professor said to Feng Shanshan. You guys go ahead. I won't go. Mu Qiqi looked at Tang Yan's back as he left. She could not help but lean on Feng Shanshan's shoulder. Actually, he is quite capable. Moreover, the one of my family said that he is the national martial arts champion and kickboxing champion. But his EQ is so low. Feng Shanshan shook her head. I really suspect that this kind of person will never get married. Even if he does get married, there must be something wrong with his wife. If you don't care about him, why did you say so much? Mu Qiqi said and turned her face. Besides, you have talked so much about him behind his back. Isn't it enough? Not far away from them, the professor smiled helplessly and said to Tang Yin, Can't you be a little gentler to girls? When will I see you with a girlfriend? I think women are troublesome, especially Feng Shanshan. Why her? She has a lot of demands. Tang Yin said coldly and turned to enter the forensics laboratory. Chapter 552. In the afternoon, Gu Xiling and Hu Ran's stepmother agreed to meet at a cafe. When they saw each other's eyes, they knew that they were going to work together again. You called me. What's the matter? Tell me. I found out that Hu Ran, that little bitch, has extended her claws into the entertainment industry. My friend told me that she and your 3rd young master are investigating me. Are they tired of living? I think Hu Ran is tired of living. How do you want to deal with her? Gu Xiling asked Mrs. Hu. Don't forget that she has regained her sanity. She is not so easy to deceive. That girl is like a basin of clear water. She has never been stirred. How would she know how deep the water in the entertainment industry is? I can ask my friend to help me teach her a lesson. I could have done it alone, but I thought of the situation you and 2nd young master are in now. So, I want to ask you if there is anything I can help you with. Gu Xiling laughed when she heard this. Of course. The eldest young master of Tiffany and Company is coming, and 3rd young master is going to meet him. If you can control Hu Ran, you can control 3rd young master. Then, he will not be able to cooperate with Tiffany and Company anymore. Mrs. Hu, I will be very grateful if you can give me such a big gift. What are you talking about? Mrs. Hu said, Give me an exact time so that I can arrange it. No problem. I will contact you again when I go back. Now, the group of old guys in Huang Yao had placed all their hopes on Sheng Bowen. Well, in that case, she would make Sheng Bowen look bad. She wanted to see if Sheng Bowen could still remain indifferent when he found out that something had happened to Hu Ran. Gu Xiling thought that Sheng Bowen would not be able to turn the situation around. But unexpectedly, Hu Ran's stepmother appeared. Man proposes, God disposes. At the police station, they had just sat down to drink tea when they receive another call. This time, it involved a female star in the entertainment industry. Chi-Chi and Shan-Shan are here. It will be convenient for me to bring you out. When a captain of the criminal investigation team heard this, he immediately laughed. I think the two of you shouldn't go to university. Just stay here and help your professors. This way, it will be faster than going to any university. You're talking nonsense again. You should know what Chi-Chi's family does. A diploma is equally important to her. The professor waved his hand. Besides, they should have a wider sky. What's the matter with me? The group of people chatted and laughed as they went out again. Tang Yin rode his motorcycle and followed behind. In Mu Chi-Chi's eyes, Tang Yin's motorcycle was quite flashy. It did not match his temperament at all. Soon, the group arrived at the crime scene, the Dolphin Bay Villa. The deceased was the owner of this villa. She was also a senior actress in the entertainment industry. Her name was Shun Qin. The deceased died at the top of the stairs on the first floor. There were many soft tissue contusions on his body, which should have been caused when he rolled down the stairs. However, the specific cause of death can only be known after your forensic examination, the policeman who had arrived earlier said to the professor and the others. The dead body was discovered by the assistant. There was no shooting this morning, and Shun Qin was resting at home, so the assistant didn't disturb her. However, when it was time to shoot, Shun Qin still hadn't appeared. The assistant couldn't get through to her, so she came to look for her. Only then did she realize that she was already dead at home. This should be an accident, right? The professor squatted down and looked at the body. He shook his head. Don't jump to conclusions so early. Why is there so much blood when she rolled down the stairs? Mu Chi-Chi looked at the bloodstains beside Shun Qing's body. I suspect that there is internal bleeding in her abdomen. We can only know this after the autopsy. From the looks of it, the injury from rolling down the stairs is not fatal. TSK. Such a beautiful actress. It's such a pity that she died just like that. I'm still her fan. A policeman at the side. At this time, the leader of the criminal investigation team began to assign tasks. There was no doubt about the identity of the deceased. Professor, what's the time of her death? Between 1 and 3 o'clock last night, Mu Chi-Chi answered. The professor smiled and nodded. Yes, that's the time. So, they had to go to the property management to get the surveillance cameras to confirm who entered and left the villa during that period. In addition, they had to start interrogating Shun Qing's social relations. You have to be careful. This case involves the entertainment industry, so it will definitely attract a lot of attention. You must be careful of your words and actions. Don't leak it out so that the murderer can get any useful information. Soon, the police got the surveillance cameras. From the surveillance cameras, it showed that 3 people appeared in Shun Qing's villa between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And one of them was the paparazzi that Hu Ran and Sheng Bowen had been looking for recently. This paparazzi was greedy and had blackmailed many people in the entertainment industry. More importantly, this paparazzi was Hu Ran's stepmother's good friend. And this time, she set up a trap to hire this paparazzi. But she did not expect him to be involved in a murder case. Chi-Chi, whether it's a rich family or the entertainment industry, I hope that you can help if we really need public relations. I will try my best, Mu Chi-Chi answered. When they carried the body back to the forensics laboratory, the entrance was full of media. Moreover, Mu Chi-Chi was a famous person in the first place, so the media naturally surrounded her. Seeing this, Feng Shan-Shan smiled at her. Your mission is here. Miss Mu, can you tell us if Shun Qing is really dead? How'd she die? Was it a crime of passion or revenge? Did Huang Fu get someone to do it? Hearing this, Mu Chi-Chi was confused. Who is Huang Fu? Because of the TV series Love as Deep as the Sea, Huang Fu and Shun Qing fought for the female lead role. It must be Huang Fu, right? Mu Chi extracted the information and said to them, "The police will solve the case as soon as possible. Don't make wild guesses and hurt others." "Miss Mu, can you tell us more information? I'm just a forensic doctor. I can't reveal anything related to the case." "I'm sorry." "Miss Mu." Everyone rushed forward. At this time, Mu Chi lost her temper and directly said to the media, "You want to see Zhongting's lawyer, right?" Everyone quickly took a step back. "You just want to see the world in chaos." Soon, the secretary showed the part where Mu Chi appeared on the news to Sheng Xiao. "Chief Sheng, this is the video of Madam's interview. This thing is more famous than me recently." Sheng Xiao slowly smiled. "Find a few suitable people and send it to her when she wants it. You must have experience in stopping the media." Chapter 553. The eldest young master of Tiffany and Company had already boarded the plane. He would arrive in Jianchuan in 10 hours. So, Gu Xiling called Hu Ran's stepmother when no one was around. "He will arrive tonight. How are your preparations?" Hu Ran's stepmother did not know that her friend had been targeted by the police. She said, "I will call him later. I will lure Hu Ran out tonight. Don't worry. Then I will wait for your confirmation," said Gu Xiling. After the call, Gu Xiling looked around to make sure that no one in the Sheng family saw her. Then, she went back to the living room. However, Hu Ran, who was in the room, had seen her sneaky behavior clearly, because the location of the new house was facing the Sheng family's lawn. Although Hu Ran did not know what Gu Xiling was planning, she reminded Sheng Bowen, "I saw second sister-in-law making a phone call on the lawn. You must be careful when you pick up the eldest young master of the Tiffany and Company today. I am afraid that this woman will do something bad again." "Don't worry, Xiao Ran. Actually, the eldest young master of the Tiffany and Company has arrived in Jianchuan. He boarded the plane yesterday," said Sheng Bowen. "You? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I was worried too." "You don't know either. That's why they did not notice anything," Sheng Bowen explained. "Xiao Ran, you won't blame me, right?" "Why should I blame you? You did a good job." She had thought that Sheng Bowen was a straightforward person who did not know how to beat around the bush. In fact, he knew how to be flexible at times like this. That was fine. Then, no matter what tricks Shang Kai and his wife wanted to play, they would not be able to do anything. As for Hu Ran's stepmother, she immediately called her friend. "Xiao Chui, can you spare some time to do something for me?" "Madam, I am running for my life now. What can I do? The police are looking for me everywhere. Don't call me anymore." After that, the other party hung up. Mrs. Hu frowned and looked at the phone. Suddenly, she understood. Was it because of Shen Qing's death? But if Xiao Chui was arrested, wouldn't the fact that she had hired assassins to kill people in the past be dug out? Thinking of this, Mrs. Hu suddenly panicked. No, she had to stop Chui from running away. However, when the police were looking for someone, they would not be as gentle as Hu Ran and Sheng Bowen. To find this cunning paparazzi, they did not need to go through such complicated steps. Since he was a major suspect, the police acted quickly. Even though the paparazzi knew how to disguise himself, they still caught him in the act. "Mr. Chui, why are you hiding? Hurry up and come with us." "No, Uncle Police, I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you looking for me? Why did you run if you didn't commit any crime? If you have anything to say, come back with us to the police station first." Therefore, within a few hours, the paparazzi was brought back to the police station. At this moment, the other suspect was being interrogated. She was Shun Qing's best friend, a designer. Last night, she received a call from Shun Qing and came over to chat with her. However, she received a call from her husband saying that their son had a fever, so she hurried back. The police had collected her fingerprints and DNA, but she was less suspicious than the paparazzi, because she was the first person to enter the villa and left 20 minutes later. There was a man who came in the middle of the night, and they were still verifying his identity. The last person was the paparazzi. If Shun Qing had died before this, why didn't the other two people call the police? Of course, there were still a lot of doubts in the case. They could not conclude who the murderer was yet. The designer cooperated with the investigation and soon left the police station. At this time, it was the paparazzi's turn. After entering the interrogation room, the paparazzi began to panic. "Uncle Police, I know a lot of gossip in the entertainment industry. Do you want me to tell you? Don't talk nonsense. Just tell me, why did you go to Shen Qing's house between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday? Officer, in our line of work, we have to abide by our professional ethics. We can't disclose the privacy of our guests. You probably don't know the seriousness of this matter. Shen Qing died between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning last night. During this time, you were the last person she saw. You could say that she died after you left. Are you still not going to tell us the truth? This is a human life. Are you sure you can bear the responsibility? When the paparazzi heard this, he panicked and said, Officer, I know that in your line of work, you hide all day long just to dig into the private lives of celebrities and then scam them. These are all ill-gotten gains. You know very well that. Even if you don't tell us, we can still find out. It's just a matter of time. Think about it yourself. The paparazzi was so scared that he cried. Officer, I'm just a little paparazzi. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. This is what happened. Shen Qing and Huang Fu have always been competitors. I got news from Huang Fu that Shen Qing had an illicit relationship with a married man. So, she asked me to keep an eye on Shen Qing. Last night, I was outside Shen Qing's villa. At about 1:30, I saw Shen Qing's best friend go to the villa and came out not long after. At about 2 o'clock, a man wearing a black hat also went to the villa at Dolphin Bay. I took a lot of photos, but after 20 minutes, the man also left. I saw the door of the villa open, so I went in with the photos. I wanted to discuss some business with Shen Qing. Then, I saw Shen Qing sitting on the sofa drinking. She ignored me. I told her that I took photos of the man, but she arrogantly asked me to release the photos. I thought that since she was not afraid of threats, I couldn't stay there any longer. So, I turned around and left. That's the whole story, officer. Outside the interrogation room, several people were watching the whole process. However, no one believed the paparazzi's words. This man is like a stinky rat in the entertainment industry. Everyone wants to beat him up, and the dirty things he does behind the scenes are unimaginable. Not only that, because of his profession, he is cunning by nature. If we want to get information from him, we need to use some tricks. Mu Chi also said, he thinks that he is experienced and knowledgeable. He can even survive in the dirty entertainment industry, let alone deal with the police. Based on what he said just now, I only believe one thing. That is, he was squatting outside Shen Qing's villa. Since he said that he was taking photos of Shen Qing, he must be able to get the photos and videos of the man in the hat. Chapter 554. Since the paparazzi was arrested and sent to the police station, Hu Ran's stepmother's matter could not be carried out. Of course, her cooperation with Gu Xiling would not be counted. However, Gu Xiling waited for Hu Ran at home, but Hu Ran did not leave. Why was Hu Ran still at home when the person in charge of Tiffany and Company was about to arrive? Gu Xiling could not help but call Hu Ran's stepmother. But no one answered Mrs. Hu's call. Bastard. Liar. She had promised to teach Hu Ran a lesson. But what happened? Hu Ran was still sitting here drinking tea as if nothing had happened. Gu Xiling did not know how scared and guilty Mrs. Hu was now. To make sure that the paparazzi was not lying, she even drove to the police station. But her car was seen by her colleagues. Since it was a luxury car, she had to let Mu Chi identify it. Mu Chi was surprised when she saw it. Because she had gone to the Hu family with Shang Xiao and met Mrs. Hu before, she could confirm her identity. But she did not know why this woman was here. Do you know her? She is the stepmother of someone I know. She used to be in the entertainment industry. But she married into a rich family and retired from the industry. Mu Chi explained to the captain. But I don't think it is a coincidence that she is here. She must be here because of the paparazzi. When the captain heard this, he immediately laughed. How many people's secrets are hidden in this scumbag's mouth? How can those people not be scared? Mu Chi understood this too. So, she called Sheng Bowen. Third brother, Xiaoqi? What's the matter? Sheng Bowen was having dinner with the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company at the moment. I saw Mrs. Hu at the police station today. You should know that the police station arrested a paparazzi because of Shen Qing's case. I guess Mrs. Hu must be here because of this paparazzi. After all, it is related to third sister-in-law. So, I called you to ask you to pay attention to Mrs. Hu. I am afraid that she is hiding some secrets and will implicate the Hu family. Sheng Bowen was excited when he heard Mu Chi-Chi. Is his surname Chui? Yes. Chi-Chi, how about this? I will ask Xiao Ran to call you and talk to you about this. You can help her. Although Mu Chi-Chi did not know what it was, she still agreed. Okay. A few minutes later, Hu Ran called. Chi-Chi, I heard from your third brother that the police station has arrested the paparazzi. You might not know how long your third brother, and I have been looking for him. Speak slowly. Do you know that I got into a car accident 2 years ago? The murderer was hired by my stepmother, and the person who knows about this is the paparazzi with the surname Chui, Hu Ran explained concisely. Chi-Chi, can you help me? No wonder your stepmother wants to come to the police station. Mu Chi-Chi suddenly understood what Mrs. Hu was worried about. Third sister-in-law. We are investigating Shun Qing's case now, and this paparazzi surnamed Chui is very difficult to pry open his mouth. Let me tell the team about this first. If I can help you, I will try my best. But after all, this is not a case. Everything has to follow the procedures. Do you understand what I mean? I understand. Anyway, thank you. Hu Ran was very excited, but she also knew that Mu Chi-Chi was in a difficult position. After all, this had nothing to do with Xinqing. Mu Chi-Chi hung up the phone and looked at the black sports car outside the door. Then, she turned around and told the captain about the background of the paparazzi. This person is the second wife of Boss Hu, a real estate developer in this city. She used to be a celebrity. I called her just now to find out why she came here. 2 years ago, she hired someone to kill her stepdaughter. And this paparazzi surnamed Chui is the insider. She is afraid that the paparazzi will say something that he should not say. As long as the paparazzi is willing to confess, I will settle this case together, said the captain of the criminal investigation team. Captain, thank you. It is our duty to get rid of the evils for the people. After that, Mu Chi-Chi returned to the forensics laboratory. The professor had already dissected Shun Qing's body. Her internal organs are all ruptured. Of course, she would vomit so much blood. We have found the cause of death. She must have suffered a serious blow or impact before she died. The skin damage is not obvious, and the boundary of the bleeding is not clear. Although it is in the shape of a strip, there is only one line. We can't be sure if it was caused by a round wooden stick. The main thing is that it looks light on the outside but heavy on the inside. The murderer is very good at using force. Does that mean that this person knows a certain level of self-defense? Or maybe he has practiced something related to fighting or martial arts? Mu Chi-Chi guessed. We can't rule out this possibility. Now, we still can't confirm the identity of the second man. The paparazzi are all dishonest. We can't find any traces in Shun Qing's house either. This case seems to be quite tricky. Feng Shanshan could not help but sigh. I really don't know what kind of torture she suffered before she died. On the other hand, Hu Ran told her father about her stepmother going to the police station. She also mentioned the car accident that happened 2 years ago. When Papa Hu saw the photo, he became more suspicious of his wife. Xiao Ran, I know. I'll be careful. Dad, I can't find any evidence. But the heavens are fair. I just hope that I won't hurt you by doing this. If she really treated my daughter like that 2 years ago, I won't tolerate her, Papa Hu said firmly. At this time, his wife opened the door and entered the living room. She looked very tired. Where did she go? I haven't seen her all day, Papa Hu deliberately asked his wife. Drinking tea with a friend. Mrs. Hu must not have thought that Mu Chi-Chi was such a meticulous person. Did she not think that she would be discovered by Mu Chi-Chi? Papa Hu did not say anything. He only said, rest early. Don't mess around. Old Hu, it's been so long. Why is there no movement in my stomach? That was because Papa Hu went to the hospital for a vasectomy. Although he wanted a son, he could not let this woman give birth. We're not young anymore. It's not that easy to give birth. It's not the right time yet, Papa Hu explained. I just want to give you a son as soon as possible. Papa Hu turned around and shuddered. If he really let this woman get pregnant and give birth to his son, what would happen to the Hu family? He could only wait for Mu Chi-Chi's results. If she could find evidence, he did not want to tolerate this woman anymore. A woman's heart was the most vicious. Chapter 555. In the end, Gu Xiling waited at home for the news for the whole day. But Mrs. Hu ignored her. She said that she would help. But now she doesn't even answer the phone. Damn that old woman. Hu Ran heard this from behind Gu Xiling. She could not help asking, which old woman? Gu Xiling turned around and saw Hu Ran. She glared at her. Do you have a good upbringing? How could you eavesdrop on others? Since you said that I have no upbringing, I will show you that. Hu Ran snatched the phone from Gu Xiling's hand. She wanted to verify a guess. She looked at Gu Xiling's call history and saw the number that Gu Xiling had dialed the most. Then, she took out her phone and compared it. Hu Ran, so, you were waiting for my stepmother's call? Hu Ran laughed. I was wondering how you knew that I was allergic to honey. So, you were in cahoots with that woman? But, you probably don't know. She can't even protect herself now. The paparazzi has been arrested. They know too many of her secrets. She is at the police station now. How can she have the time to talk to you? As for the tricks in your heart, if you don't say it, and I don't say it, we both know it. But, I can tell you very seriously that you will not succeed. Then, Hu ran through the phone back to Gu Xiling. And, I really want to give you a piece of advice. Those who do evil will bring about their own destruction. Gu Xiling was stunned when she heard Hu Ran's words. No wonder she could not contact that woman until now. It turned out that she could not even protect herself now. In that case, there was no hope that she could help. It seemed that she had to think of a way herself. But she did not know that the eldest young master of the Tiffany family had already discussed this matter with Sheng Bowen. Of course, he would choose to take over Tiffany and Company. After all, it was his family business. Although he had a disappointing younger brother, he could not lose his roots. As for the cooperation with Huang Yao, he agreed to continue and use his own money to fill the gap. But he did not accept the withdrawal of his investment. He also had a condition. Sheng Bowen must be the CEO of Huang Yao. However, Sheng Bowen had not told anyone about it yet. When Sheng Bowen returned home at night, Grandpa Sheng was surprised that he could come home on time for dinner. He asked him, "Aren't you going to welcome the person in charge of Tiffany and Company?" "Grandpa, he has already left. Actually, he arrived in the morning. After we talked, we had lunch together. I sent him off just now. I'll send the letter of intent to you later." Sheng Bowen replied to Grandpa Sheng. Grandpa Sheng looked at Sheng Bowen in shock. He could guess what he was worried about, so he nodded. "Good. You did a good job. I'm just taking precautions." After all, Gu Xiling had colluded with the Hu family to make trouble. But unfortunately, Mrs. Hu was busy with her own affairs. Charney has some conditions. After you read them, discuss them with the board of directors. If they agree, we'll do it this way. No matter what the conditions are, as long as we can continue working together, I can accept them. As long as Huang Yao did not suffer any losses. Sheng Kai's position was still empty. He had locked himself in the study for the past 2 days and refused to see anyone because he couldn't accept that Sheng Bowen was going to replace him. "Grandpa, I want to meet with 8th brother tonight." In the past, when he wanted to meet with 8th brother, Grandpa Sheng would be on guard. But now, Sheng Bowen took the initiative to bring it up. He wanted to let Grandpa Sheng untie the knot in his heart. "Go. It's not about Huang Yao. It's about Xiaoran. I'll tell you personally when there's a result." Grandpa Sheng nodded and patted Sheng Bowen's shoulder. "I didn't expect you to be so calm and steady." Not bad. Seeing that Grandpa Sheng had changed, Hu Ran finally felt that he was easier to get along with. But now that there were 2 malignant tumors in the family, she began to worry about Grandpa Sheng's safety. After all, Gu Xiling was someone who could even collude with her stepmother. But now, they would not dare to do anything to Grandpa Sheng. At 9 o'clock at night, 2 cars stopped at the entrance of the Criminal Police Bureau. When the police officers saw them, they said to Mu Chi-Chi, "Xiao Qi, your family is here." Mu Chi-Chi looked out of the door and smiled. "Thank you, Senior." "Chi-Chi, since there are no clues now, you and Shan Shan should go back first," the professor said to Mu Chi-Chi and Feng Shan Shan. "I won't go back. I don't have a family to send me back." Feng Shan Shan took a magnifying glass and observed the body of the deceased, including her clothes. Tang Yin, seeing that the professor was going to ask Tang Yin to send her home, Feng Shan Shan quickly said to him, "Professor, I'll go home myself. I don't want to trouble anyone." Sigh. Tang Yin is not a monster. Look at how popular he is. Feng Shanshan was about to mock him, but she seemed to have found something unexpected. Professor, I found something. When Shun Qing died, she was wearing silk pajamas, a robe, and a suspender. But when her body was found, her clothes were intact, so they paid more attention to the robe. But now, Feng Shanshan found something that looked like fingerprints on the suspender. Let's do a comparison immediately. At this time, Mu Qiqi had already walked out of the police station. When she saw Sheng Bowen and Hu Ran, she said to them, "Are you here for the paparazzi? Get in the car first," Sheng Xiao said to her. Mu Qiqi nodded and sat beside Sheng Xiao. At this time, she heard Sheng Xiao say, "Do you think that everyone is like me and can stand the smell on your body?" Mu Qiqi sniffed herself and said, "The body hasn't started to stink. I should smell good. Go back and change your clothes first." "I know, my dear husband," Mu Qiqi said quickly. Mu Qiqi quickly said, "I didn't expect second sister-in-law to be involved in this incident. I didn't expect her stepmother to be so ruthless. That's right. Any progress?" Mu Qiqi hugged Sheng Zhao's neck and leaned into his arms. "No, you know the paparazzi's character. He is cunning and knows how to adapt to the situation. He is good at lying." Sheng Xiao hugged her tightly and seriously. "You're on TV again today. You even brought up Zhongting. Are you unhappy?" "No. I like it when you bully others," Sheng Xiao replied. "When I picked you up just now, I found that there were a lot of reporters around. I have asked Su Che to find some people to deal with the media. If you need them, just bring them over." Chapter 556. Mu Qiqi went home, took a shower, and changed her clothes. Then, she regained her energy and went out again. But in the meantime, she received a call from Feng Shanshan. She confirmed that the paparazzi's fingerprints were on Shun Qing's pajamas, and it was on the back. That meant it was very likely that the paparazzi pushed Shun Qing down the stairs. With such a clue, the police wanted to interrogate the paparazzi again. When they reached the hotel, Mu Qiqi apologized to Sheng Bowen and third brother. "I'm sorry. It took me some time to take a shower and change my clothes. I'm afraid it will affect your appetite." "It's okay," said Sheng Bowen. "If eighth brother can get used to it, so can we." Sheng Xiao sat next to Mu Qiqi. His right arm was naturally placed on the back of Mu Qiqi's chair. It was a protective posture. Everyone in Jianchuan knows that Xiao Qi is your wife. Do you still want to do this? Sheng Bowen complained. "Didn't you call me in the middle of the night and ask me some questions? Have you solved it?" Sheng Xiao did not want to be outdone. Third brother coughed violently. His face turned red from ear to ear. "What is it?" Mu Qiqi quickly asked. "It's nothing. It's just a private conversation between men." Sheng Bowen quickly interrupted and changed the topic. "Aren't you going to talk about the paparazzi? Let's get to the point." Because there was no evidence before, the paparazzi could say whatever he wanted. He was fearless, and he wouldn't say anything else. "However, my friend just called me and told me that there was progress in this case. As for what the progress is, I can't tell you. However, I told the captain about third sister-in-law's matter. The captain said that if he could get the paparazzi to talk, he would investigate this case as well. Are you confident?" Sheng Bowen seemed to be more nervous than Hu Ran. Mu Qiqi shook her head. "There is no evidence after all. It's okay, Xiao Qi. My father is very suspicious of that woman now. This can guarantee that what I'm worried about will not happen." She was afraid that the woman would have her father's child. She would not be able to separate from her father. "Don't worry. Trust the police." Sheng Bowen laughed when he heard Mu Qiqi's words. He looked at her from head to toe. "Your tone is more and more like those policemen on TV. I'm telling the truth." Mu Qiqi glared at him. "Professional things should be left to the professionals. Speaking of which, how are things going in Huangyao?" "That's right. I've already discussed with the people from Tiffany and Company, and this matter can be resolved smoothly. However, they have a condition. I must be the CEO of Huangyao." "Isn't that perfect?" Mu Qiqi turned to look at Sheng Xiao. "But I'm guessing second brother won't let it go so easily. He doesn't know about this yet, does he? If he knew, he would flip the heavens. But we'll know tomorrow. So, you've completely dragged Shinkai down." Based on second brother's temper, he will definitely stab them in the back. Don't forget, there's still Gu Xiling by his side. That woman isn't just your average kind of evil. Previously, Shaoran almost lost her life because of honey. She was the one who colluded with her stepmother. You actually let her walk in front of you. Mu Qiqi rolled her eyes. I thought the bankruptcy of the Gus would be her end. She still wants to continue stirring up trouble. Shao Qi, no matter what, I have to thank you for what you did this time. Otherwise, third brother and I would have to put in a lot of effort and be schemed against. Hu Ran said and toasted Mu Qiqi. I hope this matter will end well. Mu Qiqi was smiling happily, but Sheng Xiao couldn't. Why are you pulling a long face? Your teachers have been calling me all day today. What do you think? Sheng Xiao asked her. He had clearly told Mu Qiqi to go to class today and practice self-defense. But she had been staying in the branch office all day and refused to answer all the calls from strangers. All my efforts are wasted. I swear, I really forgot. Mu Qiqi quickly explained. I will remember next time. Do you still have credibility with me? Mu Qiqi immediately stopped talking. She looked at Sheng Bowen and Hu Ran helplessly. Sheng Bowen smiled. I can't save you. I can't beat eighth brother's IQ. Why are you still smiling? Sheng Zhao's gaze swept across the two of them. Have you done your business? Sheng Bowen choked and could only pretend to be mute. This person was really unforgiving with his words. Grandpa agreed to let me come out to see you today. I think he has slowly thought it through. After hearing Sheng Bowen's words, Sheng Xiao suddenly thought of the document that Grandpa Sheng gave him. It was not that Grandpa Sheng had thought it through, but he had recognized some facts. Because third brother and Hu Ran were not there, the Sheng family was not very lively. Perhaps because he knew that third brother was not at home, Sheng Kai finally walked out of the study to eat. However, his untidy appearance was really surprising. After the meal, Grandpa Sheng got up from the dining table. Second brother, come to my study. Sheng Bowen snorted coldly. He put down his bowl and chopsticks and followed behind Grandpa Sheng. As soon as he entered the study, Grandpa Sheng asked him sternly, Look at yourself. What a scandal. Didn't you force me to be like this, Grandpa? Sheng Kai sneered while leaning on the bookshelf. Didn't you see that I don't have the support of the Gu family? So you turned your eyes to third brother? Grandpa Sheng took a deep breath. He suddenly felt that he could not communicate with Sheng Kai at all, because second brother's heart was filled with resentment. There will be a board meeting tomorrow. Third brother will replace you as the CEO. You two can exchange positions. Second brother, your current mentality is not suitable to be the CEO. Grandpa Sheng said to Sheng Kai seriously. Think about it. There's nothing to think about. I don't want to be the deputy CEO. I plan to sell my shares and leave the Sheng family. I believe that Grandpa will not stop a useless person like me. Second brother, Grandpa Sheng was shocked. I said that I will not let anyone leave the Sheng family. Then don't drag me down from the position of CEO. Sheng Kai was very agitated and his emotions exploded. I am either the crown prince of Huangyao or I am nothing. Having said that, Sheng Kai wanted to leave the study. However, Grandpa Sheng was so angry that he collapsed in front of the desk and fainted again. Chapter 557. Late at night, third brother and Hu Ran came back from outside. You go back to your room first. I have something to tell Grandpa. Hu Ran nodded and let go of Sheng Bowen's hand. He smiled and walked to the door of Grandpa Sheng's study. He saw the light in the room, but Grandpa Sheng did not respond. Sheng Bowen went to Grandpa Sheng's bedroom. When he saw that there was no one there, he realized that something was wrong. He quickly knocked the door open and saw Grandpa Sheng lying on the ground. He quickly called for someone. Butler, call the ambulance. The Sheng family was alarmed again. They rushed to the hospital in the middle of the night. Third brother, when did Grandpa faint? Sixth brother could not help asking. Is he in danger? I don't know. I've just returned. Third brother answered, but he kept his scrutinizing gaze on Sheng Kai, because he heard from a butler that the only person Grandpa Sheng saw after dinner was Sheng Kai. I hope Grandpa is fine. Second brother, what did you say to Grandpa last night? Hearing Sheng Bowen's question, Sheng Kai looked at him coldly. Why? Are you suspecting that Grandpa's illness? is because of me? The doctor said that Grandpa should not be agitated. You are the CEO of Huang Yao now. Can you be so arrogant? The last person Grandpa saw was indeed me. But how would I know when and how he fainted? Sheng Kai asked in return. Can you brothers stop blaming each other at a time like this? Hu Ran could not help but ask. Third brother started it, didn't he? Besides, didn't you hate Grandpa before? Now that you know Grandpa is your help, you have changed your attitude? If your family members continue to quarrel, please leave the hospital. The patient is in a severe coma now. We don't know when he will wake up. The doctor from the emergency department came out and said to the Sheng family, what's the point of finding fault now? He's already like this. The two brothers stopped talking. The rest of the Sheng family also lowered their heads. We did not send him to the hospital in time this time. Be prepared. We don't know if he will wake up. Thank you, doctor. We were wrong. Sheng Bowen quickly corrected his attitude. I hope you can help and save our grandpa. That's more like it. The doctor rolled his eyes and left. At this time, Sheng Bowen took out his phone and wanted to inform Sheng Xiao, although he did not know if eighth brother and Grandpa Sheng had reconciled. What are you doing? Inform fourth sister and eighth brother. After hearing Sheng Bowen's words, Sheng Kai snatched his phone and smashed it. You know that eighth brother is a thorn in Grandpa's heart. Do you want Grandpa to die? Grandpa will want to see eighth brother. Big brother isn't here, and I'm the boss. I won't allow it. Seeing the two of them quarreling again, the doctor finally chased them out, but the two of them were still quarreling in the hospital garden. You're afraid that when eighth brother comes back, you won't have any hope, right? Having said that, Sheng Bowen turned around and left. But that was when Hu Ran sent a message to Mu Chi-Chi. Mu Chi-Chi saw that Grandpa Sheng was in trouble. She did not want to hide it from Sheng Xiao, so she passed the phone to him. Grandpa Sheng is in a coma again. I heard that it will be very difficult for him to wake up this time. Do you want to go and see him? Sheng Xiao took the phone and put down the document. Although he did not say whether he would go or not, he contacted Su Che and asked him to find the best experts and authorities overnight. If something really happens to Grandpa Sheng, the Sheng family will really be in a state of disunity. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He just patted Mu Chi-Chi's shoulder. Go to sleep. At the police station, the police were still interrogating the paparazzi. You still don't want to confess. Did you kill Xin? No, officer. I've said it many times. I really didn't kill Xin. I wanted to threaten her and get some money, but she didn't agree to it. So, I didn't force her and left the Dolphin Bay Villa early. So, you and Xin did not even have any physical contact. The police continued to set him up. No, I already said I did not. Then why are your fingerprints on Xin body? The police took the evidence and showed it to the paparazzi. Do you know that all the evidence points to you? You're still wasting time here. Chui, let me be honest with you. Every second you waste here is extremely disadvantageous to you. Think about it yourself. The paparazzi was stunned when he saw that. His emotions changed a little, but it was not enough to make him break down completely. So the police continued to set him up. Your dirty deeds are really one after another. It's fine if you don't admit to killing Xin. But tell me about the car accident that happened 2 years ago. Your good friend, Mrs. Hu, came to the police station today. In order to express our suspicion, we went to the police station to find out why she came. So, it turns out that she was afraid that you would spill the beans. That case has nothing to do with me. The paparazzi quickly waved his hand. Since the police have found out about it, they will definitely get to the bottom of it sooner or later. If you are willing to cooperate, this is also a chance for you to redeem yourself. If I tell you about it, will it reduce my crime? What do you think? The police asked. About that matter, the most I can do is not report it. The paparazzi quibbled. After my friend married into the Hu family, she could not have a son because her stepdaughter was very against it. So, she found someone in the circle who did the work for her. Unfortunately, the stepdaughter was very lucky and did not die. It was the person who did the work. I can't tell you. I'm afraid of death. I can only say that he is very famous. All right, now tell us how you got the fingerprints on Xin body. The police led the paparazzi around and back to the original point. The paparazzi thought that he could divert the police's attention with another topic, but he did not expect that the police were really used to his little tricks. In the end, he could only confess. Yes, I did push her, but I did not kill her, officer. Moreover, I did not mean it. At that time, Shunqing could still move, so I thought that she just fell down, so I did not call the police. Didn't you say that you did not touch Shunqing? Now you push Shunqing? Which of your words is true and which is false? Moreover, even if she could still move and was only injured, you could call the ambulance. Maybe her life could be saved. Have you thought about this? Chapter 558. Officer, it's not that serious. I really didn't want to kill her. It was just a mistake. The interrogating officer took the opportunity to pressure the paparazzi. Tell me everything you know. Feng Shanshan stayed in the autopsy room until late. She wanted to know how much the paparazzi could spit out. Unfortunately, the paparazzi only admitted that he pushed Shunqing. Of course, he also told her about the car accident and the name of the person. As for the man who appeared in Shunqing's house that night, the paparazzi only took a picture of him wearing a hat and lowering his head. He could not identify him at all. It's 1 a.m. We can't get a car anywhere now. Shall I ask Tang Yin to send you? The professor suggested. At this hour, it was dark and windy outside. Feng Shanshan was still afraid. So, when Tang Yin entered the forensics lab, Feng Shanshan could only say politely, "Thank you, Officer Tang. I'm still riding a motorcycle today. If you're not used to it, I'm used to it." Feng Shanshan flattered him. Tang Yin did not say anything. He just passed the helmet to her. I really thought that you never asked for help. Feng Shanshan lowered her head and secretly rolled her eyes. If I had any other choice, I definitely wouldn't ask for help from you. Let's go. Feng Shanshan did not expect Tang Yin to lift her up with one hand and put her on the back seat. Then, he stepped over the body of the car. This man was really strong. With him in front of her, it was like there was an indestructible wall. Feng Shanshan felt comfortable blocking the wind. Soon, Tang Yin sent her downstairs. Feng Shanshan thanked him and quickly went upstairs. She did not expect her roommate to bring her boyfriend back. They were having a good time in the living room. So, she quietly left. But she was afraid of the stairwell, so she quickly rushed downstairs and stopped Tang Yan's car. "Officer Tang, please take me in." Tang Yan glanced at her and then looked at the apartment. "What's wrong?" "My roommate and boyfriend are inside." Tang Yan glanced at her and then quietly approached her. "You are a single woman. Are you inviting me to my house? I trust and respect you as a police officer, okay? Or you can lend me money and I can stay in a hotel." Feng Shanshan was angry. "Get in the car." Tang Yin did not say much. "Don't let my uncle know tomorrow." "Who wants others to know?" Feng Shanshan blushed. Why did she trust Tang Yin? Firstly, it was really because she believed that he was a police officer. Secondly, this man should not be interested in relationships because he was a complete workaholic. As for the third reason, after so many field work, whether it was a hotel or a bar, she would be worried about her safety. The car was fast, but it was also long enough. When Tang Yin drove Feng Shanshan to his house, she almost fell asleep. Somehow, she followed Tang Yin into his apartment, and the furnishings in his apartment were really in line with a single man's taste. It was totally an American industrial style. "Look at that big sandbag hanging in the hall. TSK, I'll sleep in the study. This is your activity area, but don't touch my things. The bedroom is upstairs. Help yourself." After that, Tang Yin entered his study. Feng Shanshan could not help but take a deep breath. In order not to bring trouble to others and herself, she simply washed up and laid down on the sofa next to the bed on the second floor. She knew that her body did not smell as good as it seemed. Because she was very tired, Feng Shanshan fell asleep very quickly. Tang Yin, who was in the study, was a little curious. Why was Feng Shanshan not moving? So, when he went out, he saw that Feng Shanshan had curled up on the sofa and fallen asleep. He did not disturb her. "You have a bed, but you don't want to sleep. Do you dislike it?" It was precisely because of such an opportunity that Tang Yin could finally take a good look at Feng Shanshan when she was quiet. Her looks were top-notch. but her personality was not pleasing. Her mouth was also poisonous, and there was a sense of wickedness in her bones. Tang Yin felt that such a woman was not his type at all. So, he looked at her for a while. Then, out of politeness, he looked away and went back to his study. Grandpa Sheng fell sick again. But the matter between Huang Yao and Tiffany and Company had to be resolved. Sheng Bowen returned to Huang Yao the next morning and attended the board meeting as scheduled. He took out Charney's contract. I met Charney yesterday and sent him off at night. We talked about the cooperation between Huang Yao and Tiffany and Company, and he agreed to restart it. But there are some conditions. You can take a look at it. One of the conditions is that he is willing to use money to fill the gap. It does not mean that we can withdraw our investment. Secondly, he hopes that our cooperation will be based on me being the CEO of Huang Yao. You could discuss this. When the shareholders saw the contract, they saw hope. Moreover, Grandpa Sheng had already decided to make Sheng Bowen the CEO and Sheng Kai the vice president. Now, it was reasonable for Tiffany and Company to make such a request. I have no objection. I believe that third young master will not let us down. But my grandfather is sick now. I will temporarily take over the role of the CEO. As for the rest, we can talk about it after he wakes up, said Sheng Bowen. What do you think? Everyone, take a stand. We all agree. Sheng Bowen went to Huang Yao to deal with some matters. Naturally, Sheng Kai stayed in the ward. Before this, it was Sheng Kai who guarded against third brother and his wife. Now, it was time for the tables to be turned. Seeing this, Gu Xiling pushed Hu Ran aside. Don't tell me that you are not worried that Grandpa's will fall into our hands. You and third brother pretended to be dignified before. What about now? You and your wife have become sick. Can't you feel it? Hu Ran said coldly. If you and third brother really don't care about the inheritance, then you shouldn't be so anxious now. Whether you believe it or not, third brother, and I hope that Grandpa will be safe. We also hope that you will not say such vicious words in front of Grandpa. He will not do as you wish. Gu Xiling laughed mockingly. Since her husband was there, she wanted to push Hu Ran out of the ward. It's better for us not to stay in the same space. Otherwise, we will be kicked out again. That will be a joke. Hu Ran was not as shameless as Gu Xiling. So, she sat on the bench outside the ward. She did not believe that this couple would be so kind to take care of Grandpa Sheng. All they cared about was the inheritance that Grandpa Sheng was holding on to. Chapter 559. After a while, more people came to the ward. This time, the Shengs did not know the people who came, but they came with the doctor to transfer Grandpa Sheng to another hospital. When Sheng Kai heard that, he immediately stood up and asked, "Who are you?" "We are experts invited by Mr. Sheng Xiao. We want to do a further examination for Grandpa Sheng and formulate a treatment plan," answered the person. Sheng Xiao. Sheng Kai sneered when he heard the name. "You used to anger Grandpa half to death. Now you are putting on an act." At this time, Sheng Bowen came back from Huang Yao and entered the ward. "What's going on?" The people eighth brother found may sound nice, saying that they are here to treat Grandpa, but we all know how serious eighth brother is. Isn't it obvious what he wants to do? Sheng Kai stopped the group of people. "We won't turn around. Eighth brother won't harm Grandpa. Of course you believe him, but I don't. I've seen through the tricks you and eighth brother are playing. You want to control Grandpa and the whole of Huang Yao, right? No way." Sheng Kai refused to budge. "Second young master, if you resist like this, you might delay the chairman's treatment." "Don't scare me with this," said Sheng Kai firmly. Sheng Kai said firmly, "I don't want those ambitious people to touch Grandpa unless he comes to talk to me personally." Sheng Bowen rolled his eyes when he saw this. Just when he was about to speak, the door of the ward was pushed open again. The person who came said in a calm and powerful tone, "What do you want to talk about?" "Eighth brother." Sheng Bowen immediately looked at Sheng Xiao. When the doctors and nurses saw Sheng Xiao, they knew that the person in charge had come, because Sheng Xiao's aura was so strong that they could not ignore it. "Since you're really here, let's have a talk." With that, Sheng Kai stood up. "Everyone else, get out." "Why don't you go out and talk?" Sheng Bowen asked. "Before that, I won't let you touch Grandpa." Sheng Bowen was speechless. No one needs to go out, said Sheng Xiao bluntly. If you have anything to say it here. I don't want to waste more time on you. Waste. Sheng Kai could not help but laugh sadly. Eighth brother, you used to trust me. Otherwise, you wouldn't have handed Huang Yao to me. But why do you have to go against me in every way? You don't know the reason? Sheng Xiao walked into the ward and sat down on the sofa. You're wrong. I didn't hand Huang Yao over to you. It's second brother who was killed by you. The second brother in the past wouldn't use all means to humiliate and guard against his brother just because he was in power. But you would. You're afraid that someone will seize your power and take everything away from you. That's why you become extremely selfish. How do you talk about my trust? Once upon a time, you asked me if I regretted leaving behind Huang Yao in the future. Right now, I can tell you very seriously that I don't regret at all, because your misfortune wasn't caused by me. You enjoy the glory of being the crown prince while blaming me for giving you so many problems. But if I don't leave, the position of crown prince will never belong to you. You, Don, you, Huang, you. I know you are eloquent. I can't win against you. Sheng Kai wanted to talk at first. Now that Sheng Xiao was willing to talk to him, he wanted to escape. You are such a failure, Sheng Xiao said. You are not even as good as the receptionist of Zhongting. To put it bluntly, I look down on you. You're not even qualified to be my opponent. Third brother always gives in to you. I don't have the energy to do that. Do you really think that you can stop me? Sheng Xiao looked at Sheng Kai coldly. His tone was much sharper. He did not give Sheng Kai any face at all. You and her. Sheng Xiao pointed at Gu Xiling. I don't want to see Grandpa Sheng in the hospital. If you want to use force, I'm ready. Eighth brother, you still like to bully others. That's because you are not capable. Sheng Xiao replied. You didn't listen to me when I tried to persuade you. You just want to do it the hard way. When Sheng Xiao's aura rose, everyone in the ward was afraid. Ever since he established Zhongting, he rarely acted like this. But today, there was a special one. Sheng Xiao, Kai is your brother after all. I don't even recognize my ancestors. Sheng Xiao retorted sharply. You, Gu Xiling, have contributed a lot to Sheng Kai becoming like this. If you don't want your grandfather's business to be destroyed from now on, you'd better avoid me whenever you see me. I'm disgusted by you. I'll give you 2-3 seconds to get out of my sight. Otherwise, I will show you the new Sheng Xiao. Everyone's heart skipped a beat at Sheng Xiao's words. Sheng Kai was stunned for 2 seconds. Then, he walked out of Grandpa Sheng's ward. Of course, Gu Xiling did not dare to stay when her husband had left. Eighth brother is furious. It's so scary. Gu Ran quickly whispered into third brother's ear when she saw the two of them leaving. Of course. How do you think he managed the Sheng family all these years? Third brother said, domineering, Mr. Sheng, I don't think there's a need for a consultation. Grandpa Sheng has woken up. The doctor who was examining Grandpa Sheng suddenly said to everyone, maybe what you said just now provoked him and woke him up. Sheng Bowen looked forward and saw Grandpa Sheng opening his eyes. Grandpa, how do you feel? Grandpa Sheng had been unconscious for a night, so he had difficulty speaking. I'm fine. He had indeed woken up when he heard Sheng Xiao's voice. But he did not expect that Sheng Xiao had already taught second brother a lesson. Since he's awake, let the doctor do another check. I have something to do, so I'm going back to Zhongting. Sheng Xiao did not want Grandpa Sheng to know that he had been here. Eighth brother, you should care about Grandpa. Sheng Xiao said nothing and let Su Che open the door. Soon, he disappeared from the corridor of the hospital. Meanwhile, Sheng Kai and his wife were in the garden of the hospital. Xiling, do you know? I'm really tired. I want to leave the Sheng family completely. I want to start my own business. I don't want to be ordered around by Sheng Xiao like a dog anymore. How could Gu Xiling not be angry? Chapter 560. You're right. If Sheng Xiao could rebuild Zhongting, why can't I? But if we leave, we won't have a share in Grandpa's inheritance. Xiling, now is not the time. Let's just bear with it. Gu Xiling stopped talking when she heard the word inheritance. She did not want to let the Sheng family benefit from it. One was Mu Chi-Chi, and the other was Hu Bimbo. But I have never been wronged like this since I was young. Never. Gu Xiling felt uncomfortable when she thought of Sheng Zhao's humiliation just now. Don't worry, I've noted down all of these debts. When Grandpa leaves and we get our hands on the inheritance, we'll settle it again. Shen Kai did not know how ugly and hideous he looked at the moment. Of course, Sheng Xiao would never treat Sheng Kai as his brother after what he said just now. They would be enemies when they met again. Grandpa Sheng woke up and sat on the bed for a long time. After a while, he asked Sheng Bowen, "How long have I been unconscious?" "Grandpa, just one night. From now on, leave the matters of the Sheng family to us. You can't be agitated anymore," Sheng Bowen said to Grandpa Sheng. Grandpa Sheng's eyes were a little dazed. He looked into the distance and could not focus. After a while, he said, "Yes, I can't take care of it anymore. I am relieved to leave Huang Yao to you, because you are a generous person. It doesn't matter if second brother and his wife are arrogant. After all, eighth brother will not stand by if they cause trouble. In the end, isn't eighth brother still managing Huang Yao? What I need to worry about? My only regret is that apart from fourth sister who is pregnant, none of you have children yet. I can't see the next generation of the Sheng family being born. Grandpa, there will be. Your eldest brother is always flirting everywhere and is not serious at all. Your second brother is infertile, and after your fifth brother emigrated, he rarely comes back. Your sixth brother is disappointing, and your seventh brother is crazy. Now, who else can I count on? Grandpa, are you saying that second brother is infertile?" Sheng Bowen grasped the key point and asked Grandpa Sheng, "Don't tell anyone about this." You and Xiao Ran have to hurry up. Sheng Bowen was still a little shocked when he heard the news. Sheng Kai couldn't have children. Perhaps some things were destined. So, you don't have to hate him so much. Because of these two comas, the old man felt that his time was free. If he could live one more day, even if it was just one day, he really did not have the mood to resent and plot. Unfortunately, second brother and his wife were walking further and further down the road of reunion. Sheng Xiao threw a tantrum at the hospital, and Suche sent a message to Mu Chi-Chi about it. So, after she had no classes in the afternoon, she did not go straight to the Criminal Investigation Bureau. Instead, she went to Zhongting. When the secretary saw her, she was about to knock on the door for her, but Mu Chi-Chi made a shushing gesture and took the coffee from the secretary. "It's almost night, and you're still drinking coffee? Change to a glass of water." The secretary did as she was told and quickly handed her another cup. Mu Chi-Chi knocked on the door and entered. She walked straight to Sheng Zhao's side, but he did not notice her. He simply took a sip from the cup, and when he found that it was plain water, he looked up in confusion. "It's almost 6 o'clock. Why are you still drinking coffee?" Sheng Xiao put down the pen in his hand and leaned against the chair in a relaxed posture. He turned to Mu Chi-Chi. "Why did you come?" "Because of someone. He went to the hospital today and threw a big tantrum. I thought you would need my comfort, so I came here immediately." Mu Chi-Chi sat on his lap. "Are you worried about Sheng Kai?" Sheng Xiao shook his head. "Since I don't treat him as a brother, I definitely don't want to waste time on him." "Then why are you still so shameless?" You just feel that Sheng Kai has betrayed your trust, and you have betrayed the trust of everyone in Huang Yao, right?" Mu Chi-Chi guessed. Although you are indeed successful in the business world, Sheng Kai is a person and an ambitious person. People's hearts will change. This is not something you can control. Sheng Xiao gently stroked Mu Chi-Chi's hair. Mu Chi-Chi's hair must be fragrant since she did not go to the autopsy room. So, he relaxed and temporarily removed the invincible armor. As long as you have a clear conscience, that's enough. He did not expect that this little one actually knew how to comfort him. Leave those things to third brother in the future. You know very well that he will have to face it himself sooner or later. Look at you. It seems that you can't continue working. Hard-working CEO, Sheng, why don't you skip work today? Sheng Xiao raised his wrist and looked at his watch. Then, he put Mu Chi-Chi down and said, "I'll send you to the forensics laboratory." "No need. I'll accompany you tonight. We'll do whatever you want to do." Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin were there anyway. The professor should not be short of help. but her man needed her company. The invincible god could also be weak and let his imagination run wild. In the evening, Gu Xiling came to the ward with dinner. When she saw Grandpa Sheng, her expression was a little unnatural. The butler asked the kitchen to make these dishes. They are all Grandpa's favorite dishes. Third brother, you and Xiao Ran can go back and rest. Xiling will be fine here. Sheng Bowen glanced at Hu Ran and finally agreed to Grandpa Sheng. Then we'll go back and rest. In fact, it was a compromise. He wanted to let Gu Xiling know that they never wanted to take the opportunity to make Grandpa Sheng change his will. Everything was just Sheng Kai's imagination. Go. Grandpa Sheng waved at them. After they left, he said to Gu Xiling, second brother can't have children. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell him and do a test tube test, Gu Xiling replied. Gu Xiling replied, I heard what you said in the afternoon. You said that you want to see the next generation of the Sheng family being born. I'm old and can't play around anymore. The world belongs to you young people. But Xiling, since you're the one I've chosen, you're also outstanding. However, I hope that you and second brother can support each other and not become each other's stumbling blocks. Since you're going to do that, go ahead. That was Gu Xiling's plan. If they had children, wouldn't they get a bigger share of Grandpa Sheng's inheritance? Looking at Grandpa Sheng's body, it was not a sign of longevity. She had to plan everything as soon as possible. But if she told Sheng Kai about it, he would probably go crazy. What she was afraid of was that even if Sheng Kai agreed, the quality of his sperm would not be up to standard. Chapter 561. The next day, Mu Qiqi saw that Feng Shanshan had changed her clothes. She said, I remember that you were wearing the same clothes the day before and yesterday. That's not your habit. I didn't go to the forensics lab last night, and I didn't ask you. You didn't go back the night before, right? What does it have to do with you? Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes at Mu Qiqi. I really thought that you were not interested in Officer Tang, but I guess you were together the night before yesterday, right? Feng Shanshan was shocked when she heard that. How did you know? There's a smell on Officer Tang's body. It's a kind of wood fragrance. I can smell it when I get close to him. You have the same smell on you, too. I just didn't expose you at that time. So, either you went to his house or you were very close to him. Don't think too much. I just stayed over the night before yesterday. Feng Shanshan said angrily. Who asked me to have nowhere to go? If I had a choice, I would rather go to the professor's house or your house than his house. You've already gone there. Why are you telling me this now? Mu Qiqi couldn't help but laugh. I'm not a gossipy person. Actually, Officer Tang is really a good person. And I think I'm not the only one who knows. Anyone with a nose knows, including the professor. You're still talking about it. Although Feng Shanshan stayed in Tang Yan's house for a night, she really curled up on the sofa for the whole night. As for Tang Yan, he stayed in his study obediently and never came out. The two of them spent the night peacefully. The next morning, Tang Yan left her money for a taxi. He did not even let her see him. This man was at most not a bad person, but he was definitely not a good man. How's the case going? There's no new evidence, and we haven't confirmed the identity of the mysterious man. But there's news about your second sister-in-law's case. After the paparazzi recruited the man, the police arrested the man yesterday and interrogated him. They found out that his assets were all illegal income. The man couldn't stand the interrogation and finally confessed. The police should bring the lady of the Hu family here for questioning soon. Mu Qiqi thought that when this matter was over, she would really have to thank the captain properly. Mrs. Hu had been on tenterhooks at home for the past 2 days because she didn't know whether she could take care of herself. In fact, if she hadn't been so obvious, Mu Qiqi wouldn't have noticed her at the entrance of the police station, and Mu Qiqi wouldn't have called Sheng Bowen to remind him. She only had herself to blame for everything. The police successfully got the evidence from the man that Mrs. Hu paid the murderer at that time, as well as the recording that the man handed over. Now that the authenticated material evidence was present, the police immediately ordered to go to the Hu family to arrest the murderer. However, when the police came to the door, Papa, who was very surprised. What are you doing? CEO Hu, The police are investigating a case and need to bring your wife back to assist in the investigation. It's about 2 years ago. She paid a hitman to kill your daughter. Mrs. Wu was shocked when she heard that. She didn't expect that the case would be found out so soon. Old Hu, I don't have it. Help me, I don't have it. You'll know when you go to the police station. Take her away. Since there was an arrest warrant, the evidence was conclusive. Mrs. Hu was immediately taken to the police station. At the same time, Papa Hu called Huran. Ran, the police are here to arrest someone. Really? Huran was so happy that she almost cried out. Then, Dad, wait for me. I'll go to the police station now. Come, I'll wait for you at the door. At this time, Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan were not at the police station. After Mrs. Hu was arrested, she was directly locked in the interrogation room for interrogation. At first, she refused to admit that she paid the hitman to kill Huran. But when the police took out the recording of the hitman's phone call, the line of defense in her heart completely collapsed. Papa Hu and Feng Shanshan waited at the door until the interrogation was over. Then, the captain of the criminal investigation team walked to the father and daughter and said to them, Miss Hu, I heard from Mu Qiqi that you really want to find evidence to accuse your stepmother of being the hitman. Actually, you could have called the police earlier. Huran's eyes turned red when she heard that. After I got into the car accident, that woman even asked someone to find a chance to attack me in the ward. I just pretended to be stupid and escaped. When Papa Hu heard that, he said to her helplessly, It's all my fault. You've been wronged so much. Dad, she's really very cunning. No matter how cunning she is, she's still caught, isn't she? Don't worry. The law will give you an explanation. But now, the suspect wants to see you. Do you want to see him? Papa Hu nodded without hesitation. Of course I want to see him. Then, the police arranged for Papa Hu and his daughter to enter the interrogation room. Old Hu, help me. I don't want to go to jail. I really don't want to. Papa Hu sat on the chair and was silent for a few seconds. Then, he said to the vicious woman, The thing I regret the most is meeting you. I know that you're not very friendly to Ran, but as long as you don't hurt her, I can tolerate you. But I didn't expect you to do so many evil things behind my back. Old Hu, because you said that as long as you have a daughter, we don't want other children. This was the condition for you to enter the Hu family. Because I have to be fair to my daughter. I've already broken my oath as a father and let you into the family. But I didn't expect you to be so greedy. The woman opposite him cried so hard that her makeup was ruined. She looked very miserable. Old Hu, I won't dare to do it again. Save me, please. Why don't you beg Ran instead of me? Ran didn't say anything until she met her stepmother's urgent gaze. You know very well that I can't save you, and I can't spend money to hire a lawyer for someone like you. You should go to jail and experience what it means to live a life worse than death. Ran, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Don't be so ruthless to me. You know you're wrong now because you've been arrested. The evidence is conclusive, Ran said to her. Ran said to her, I really have to rejoice because from now on, I'm finally free. Let me ask you, did you collude with Gu Xiling? Did you tell her that I'm allergic to honey? The guilty woman was afraid of any interrogation at this moment. However, any flicker in her eyes was a tacit agreement to Papa Hu and his daughter. I only hope that the court can give me a heavy sentence. For this, I can do anything. Old Hu, you can't do this to me. It's true. I'm pregnant with your child. It's true. It's true, the woman said to Papa Hu as she clutched her lower abdomen. Chapter 562. So, you've been guarding against me. The woman laughed mockingly and looked at her husband. If you cared more about me and didn't set so many harsh conditions, I wouldn't have ended up like this. You're wrong. You have more than anyone else, but you're never satisfied, Papa Hu said. If you think that my conditions are harsh, you shouldn't have agreed to marry me in the first place. Why did you not? Isn't it because of my money? Today is the last time we see each other. The police will sue you. After you go to jail, I'll start the divorce procedures. I want you to have nothing. You can't even beg for death. After that, Papa Hu stood up with Ran. Ran, let's go home. No, don't give up on me. No. After enduring 2 years of pretending to be a fool, This vicious woman finally got the punishment she deserved. When Hu Ran left, her eyes were red. In the future, I won't find you a stepmother anymore, Papa Hu said to Hu Ran when they left the police station. Once bitten, twice shy. Dad, you're still so young. Why can't you find a stepmother? You can't lose trust in others because of this woman. But next time, you must keep your eyes open. You, and third young master, hurry up and have a child for me to play with. Then, I won't be lonely. Hu Ran blushed, but she felt relieved. She had not expected to find out the truth of the matter. She had thought that the vicious woman would be able to get away with it. It was all thanks to the police and Mu Chi-Chi. She would remember this kindness. In the police station, although the police had finished investigating Hu Ran's case, they still had no clue about Shin Qing's case. The mysterious man made the police look for a long time. In the end, the captain decided to give it a try and handed the photo to Hu Ran's stepmother. Do you know the man in the photo? Since this woman was an old fox in the entertainment industry, she might be able to reveal something that the police did not know. If I can tell you who this man is, will you reduce my sentence? It depends on your performance. You have no choice now. The woman looked at the photo for a long time and thought for a long time. Finally, she said to the police, if I'm not wrong, this person should be the CEO of Huayu Entertainment, Xie Ingsheng. How many tens of percent do you have? 70. The woman replied. Although he disguised himself very well, he has a very serious O-shaped leg. That shouldn't be wrong, but Xie Ingsheng has an older brother. The two brothers look very similar. You've finally done something good. After that, the police immediately started an investigation on Xie Ingsheng, including what the forensic doctor had mentioned earlier. They wanted to see if he knew any martial arts or boxing. In the afternoon, when Hu Ran returned to the hospital, she told Grandpa Sheng about what had happened. But as she spoke, her eyes fell on Gu Xiling from time to time. Thanks to Chi-Chi's help, I got justice for the car accident 2 years ago. My stepmother is now locked up in the police station. I really didn't expect that Madame Hu looks so elegant and generous, was just pretending. Grandpa Sheng sighed. You're lucky. You don't have to be afraid in the future. I still will, because my stepmother did something good for me. She told me something about someone plotting against me. So, I still can't let my guard down. Hu Ran was implying something. In fact, she was lying to Gu Xiling. After all, Gu Xiling had admitted to the honey incident herself. Of course, how could the old man not understand the meaning behind her words? When she first came to the Sheng family, she was sent to the hospital with broken glass. She was hurt all over because of Gu Xiling. Would she not bear a grudge? That would be strange. You're the daughter of the Hu family now, and the Gu family has changed. If you want to deal with me, I won't be able to fight back at all. Moreover, our husbands have switched identities now. Third brother is the CEO, and what is my husband? If you really want to admit defeat, show me how you want to admit defeat. Second sister-in-law, I will make it clear today. If you continue to do something shameful behind third brother and my back, I will not be polite to you anymore. Just like what you said, you don't have the Gu family as your backing now. I will definitely put you first, Gu Xiling said calmly, because she knew that she had to endure the humiliation now. Otherwise, Sheng Kai would not be able to make a comeback. You better be like this. Grandpa Sheng saw that the two sisters-in-law were not on good terms, but he could not persuade them, because this was the debt second brother and his wife owed. What about Huang Yao? Because Sheng Bowen had become the CEO, the eldest young master of Tiffany and Company had officially announced the resumption of the cooperation with Huang Yao. Such a big crisis had been resolved, and the board of directors was very satisfied with Sheng Bowen's performance. But whether he would become the second Sheng Kai was still to be seen. Sheng Bowen had become the CEO, but his secretary was still the one assigned by Sheng Kai. She knew that she should retreat, but Sheng Bowen did not let her leave. It's the same no matter who it is. As long as you do your job well, I will let bygones be bygones. The secretary was very surprised. If it were Sheng Kai, he would have fired her immediately. But Sheng Bowen could still tolerate it. CEO Sheng, you should be more ruthless. But second brother and I are not the same, Sheng Bowen replied. If there is nothing else, you can go out and do your work. Actually, second young master did not send me to monitor you. He sent me to seduce you. After Shingboan heard this, he smiled. That depends on your ability. You are too upright. You are not suitable for the business world. Whether I am suitable or not, you will know in the future. Shingboan did not explain further. He was very happy to know that Hu Ran's stepmother had been arrested. After the secretary left, he immediately called her. It's really good news. You don't have to be worried anymore. You really have to thank Xiao Qi. Third brother, I thank you too. Before this, Hu Ran had to stay in the Sheng family because of her stepmother's threat. But now, she no longer had any scruples. Could the two of them be together? Although Shingboan did not plan to change his wife, what if Hu Ran wanted to meet a better person? So, after thinking for a moment, he said, if you want to go back to the Hu family, I can sign the divorce agreement for you. After all, you have just escaped from the Hu family. I don't want you to fall into the abyss of the Sheng family. You deserve a better life. Chapter 563. It seemed that there was no need for Hu Ran to stay in the Sheng family. Moreover, she and Shengboan were just a couple in name. However, when Hu Ran heard this, she did not feel very comfortable. She knew that third brother was a kind-hearted person, but when she thought about it, was she that unworthy of a man's pursuit? Moreover, in her most difficult time, Shengboan did not despise her for being a fool and still married her. Couldn't she stay by Shengboan's side and go through thick and thin with him? In Shengboan's heart, was she really not worthy of his trust? Let's talk about this later. Aren't we just celebrating the arrest of that woman today? Hu Ran changed the topic. Okay, let's talk about it later. But sooner or later, Shengboan would tell her sooner or later. In the evening, Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan went to the police station. At this time, the police were interrogating Xie Yingxin. But this big shot in the entertainment industry was very difficult to deal with. He did not cooperate with the police at all. Even when the paparazzi had evidence, he denied that he had been to Shun Qing's house. The police did not have any more direct evidence, so they could only let Xie Yingxin go home. Professor, Captain hopes that the forensics team can do a more detailed examination to see if there are any more clues. Because Xie Yingxin denied that it was him, the police have done a related investigation on him and found out that Xie Yingxin is physically weak and lazy. He rarely goes to the gym, let alone martial arts and boxing, which are high-intensity physical skills. What about his brother? Mu Qiqi asked. His brother is still abroad. On the night Shun Qing died, he was also abroad. He has a perfect alibi. The professor nodded. Then we can only look from the beginning to the end and see if we can find any more clues. The police are under a lot of pressure. After all, the victim is a celebrity. What about Huang Fu? Didn't you ask her about the situation? These two people only know how to talk from afar. Huang Fu only knows how to make groundless accusations. She's even worse than us. It seemed that this matter was really troublesome. They did not find anything related to Xie Yingxin in the victim's house. Could it be that the man was not Xie Yingxin? The few of them turned Shun Qing's body over and over again, but the conclusion was the same as before. Forget it. We won't be able to find any new evidence today. You two can go back first. The professor said to Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan. Aren't there any exams recently? You guys aren't in a hurry. It was nearing the end of the semester, so of course there would be exams. So, aside from coming to the police station, Mu Qiqi had to study when she got home. As for Feng Shanshan, Mu Qiqi shifted her gaze back and forth between Tang Yin and her. The two of them had stayed in the same room for one night. Why did they look as if nothing had happened? The professor saw her gaze and smiled. Tang Yin, you've had guests recently, haven't you? There's a woman who stayed the night. What's wrong? Tang Yin said. You're really expressionless. In any case, he didn't plan to have a long-term relationship. So why did he have to change his expression? Moreover, he had only done a good deed. Where was Feng Shanshan? He pretended not to know anything about it, as if he was listening to someone else's story. No matter how immature her friend was, she wouldn't bring her boyfriend home every day, would she? Unfortunately, she was wrong. Her roommate not only brought her boyfriend home today, but also let Feng Shanshan hear something she shouldn't have heard. I don't want to move to your place. Feng Shanshan still has the money she got from the Shang family. Isn't it great to eat and drink with rich people? Feng Shanshan did not expect to hear something like that. So, she did not leave from the living room this time. Instead, she came into their sight openly. Shanshan, why are you back? Her roommate got down from her boyfriend's body in a fluster. I'm living with you. You should at least care about my sensory experience. I don't want to watch erotic movies in the living room. Can't you leave a clean place in my house? Feng Shanshan fired at the other party directly. Also, I do have money, but you won't be able to use a single cent, Shanshan. Pack up and get out of my sight. Feng Shanshan crossed her arms and said. However, her roommate's boyfriend hit Feng Shanshan from behind. He hit her on the head with an ashtray. After Feng Shanshan fainted, he said, "Why don't we just take her money?" Her roommate was scared out of her wits. She watched as her boyfriend found the wallet in Feng Shanshan's bag and room. Then, they ran away. The next day, Feng Shanshan did not come to class. Mu Qiqi quickly called her, but no one answered. Then, she called the police station to confirm if she was in the forensics laboratory. No, she didn't come. Professor, can you trouble Officer Tang to go to her house and take a look? Now, no one else had the time. Okay. Tang Yin was very impatient when he received the task, but he did not refuse. Instead, he found Feng Shanshan's house with ease, but he found that the door was unlocked. Tang Yin immediately pushed the door open and saw Feng Shanshan lying on the ground. He quickly went to help her. When he found that she was still breathing, he quickly sent her to the hospital. This woman's head was smashed when she went home. It seemed that social relationships were really complicated. When it was almost noon, Feng Shanshan finally woke up. She saw Tang Yin standing beside her with a sullen face. She asked, Am I still alive? You're still alive. Who hit you? Feng Shanshan thought of last night. If she had known earlier, she would not have suffered that loss. In the end, she did not have a man by her side. My roommate and her boyfriend. Call the police. I'm going back to the police station. After saying that, Tang Yin was about to leave, but Feng Shanshan stopped him. In the spirit of colleagues, shouldn't you not leave just like that? Officer Tang, even if I'm a stranger, you can't leave me alone. I don't have any relatives by my side. Feng Shanshan almost fainted from anger. How could there be such a straight man like Tang Yin in this world? Don't you have a lot of friends? Forget it. You can go. I'll call Mu Qiqi. Feng Shanshan felt that even if Tang Yin stayed, she would die of anger sooner or later. However, although Tang Yin's words were a little mean, he did not really leave. He just looked unhappy. You're really troublesome. Chapter 564. In the afternoon, Mu Qiqi took advantage of the lunch break to go to the hospital. She saw Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin staring at each other. She did not go in to disturb them because she felt that such a scene was not bad. After Tang Yin left the ward to rest, Mu Qiqi appeared at the door of the ward. Did someone seek revenge on you? In your heart, do I only have so many enemies? Feng Shanshan glared at Mu Qiqi. You know that I have many friends. You have so many friends. Why were you smashed? Forget it. I won't joke with you anymore. You're injured now and can't go back to the apartment. What do you plan to do? Don't you have any relatives you can contact? I have the huge sum of money I got from the Shang family. Which of my friends and family won't have designs on me? Feng Shanshan sneered. So I often think that it's no wonder that rich people like you never make friends with poor people. You're also poor. How can you be my friend? Mu Qiqi glared at her. At this time, Tang Yin came back. When he saw Mu Qiqi, it was as if he had seen his savior. Since you're here, I'll leave first. Officer Tang, I'm going to class right away. I just came to take a look. Shanshan is so seriously injured that she definitely can't go to class. I might have to trouble you again. Mu Qiqi quickly said, Please help her. She's a girl and alone. It's indeed dangerous. Then what do I have to do to make it not dangerous? Tang Yin could not help but ask. Feng Shanshan could take care of herself after some observation. It was just that she had nowhere to go. She could not stay in the hospital forever. Having a place to stay, not to mention taking care of her, at least I won't have to worry about her safety. Then you can go. Tang Yin said directly because he had already planned to handle Feng Shanshan's hospitalization procedures after Mu Qiqi left. Then, he would throw her into his house. That would be safe, right? Then I'm really leaving. Before Feng Shanshan could figure out what the two of them meant, they had already left the ward. When Tang Yin came back, he had already gotten the hospitalization procedures. Let's leave the hospital. Where to? Where else can you go? Aren't you going to continue to trouble me? After that, he carried Feng Shanshan up from the bed and brought her back to his house. He threw her on the sofa and said, "You can take care of yourself now. I'm going back to the police station. There's food in the fridge, and new toiletries are at the bottom of the wardrobe. Other than that, don't touch my other things." Then he left. Feng Shanshan looked at Tang Yan's house again and felt a little helpless. Because she was not as lucky as Mu Qiqi, who had a complete family and so many people who adored her. She was alone in this place. Her parents had divorced and remarried. She didn't even know where they were now. Other than the fixed monthly allowance, she almost forgot that she was also raised by her parents. Now that her friend had betrayed her, it might be the punishment for her previous absurd life. Although Mu Qiqi really wanted to help with Shen Qing's case, she could not do much other than perform an autopsy. She was not experienced enough. So, instead of going to the police station to have a headache, she might as well stay at home and do some revision. Now, that Feng Shanshan was injured, she had to take more notes. When Sheng Xiao returned home, he was surprised to see Mu Qiqi earlier than him. The case has been solved. Mu Qiqi shook her head. The clues are gone now. The people in the police station are worried. I can't help, so I came back to look at more cases. I could solve the complicated ones before, but now I can't solve the simple ones. Why are there two notes? Sheng Xiao took off his coat and sat on the sofa. When he saw the two identical notes, he frowned. Feng Shanshan was beaten up. She's in a hospital now. Mu Qiqi answered naturally. I can't just watch and do nothing, can I? There's an annual cocktail party tomorrow night. Do you want to go together? Mu Qiqi put down her pen and looked at her man. Of course. I can only be your female companion. Besides, there's no point for me to go to the police station now. It's almost a new year. There will be more social events this year. Just bear with it. What do you mean bear with it? I don't need to bear with it. I'm very happy, okay? Didn't Secretary he say that he would introduce sister-in-law to us? Mu Qiqi did not show any impatience or dislike at all. These social events have nothing to do with your profession. I don't need you to be careful. I don't dislike it either. Whether it's a forensic doctor or a wife, I'm very happy. Mu Qiqi reached out and hooked her arms around Sheng Xiao's neck. Believe me, I could take good care of everything. Although I know that my husband will be with me for a lifetime, I can't be too presumptuous, can I? Sheng Xiao chuckled and pushed her away. Continue reading your case. I'll go change. Actually, it's quite boring to read these cases. Why don't I help you change? Mu Qiqi blinked. When Sheng Xiao saw that, he immediately grabbed her collar. What a magical little thing. That was what Mu Qiqi thought. No matter how focused she was on something, she could not forget the premise. Who gave her such a relaxed environment to do what she wanted to do? Xiao Xiao had taken the responsibility of taking care of the Shun family from her shoulders. If she was still stingy with her efforts, wouldn't she be hurting the person she loved the most? However, although the two of them said that they were going to change their clothes, in fact, they had to exercise in the cloakroom. Young people had good stamina. They could fire at any time and anywhere. As for the police station, they were sorting through the case again. After 2 or 3 days, the public was talking about it. However, the police could not find any clues about one suspect. It was really amazing. Late at night, Tang Yin returned home and saw Feng Shanshan sitting in the living room watching TV. He asked her, "Have you eaten?" "Yes. I saw that you have noodles in the kitchen, so I made a bowl for you. You can eat it if you're interested. If not, just treat it as my supper." After hearing that, Tang Yin walked to the kitchen and saw the steaming noodles on the table. He tried taking a bite. He did not expect it to taste good. "I didn't expect you to know how to cook. I've lived alone since I was young. What can I learn?" "I don't know how to cook," Tang Yin said naturally. "I don't like it. Give a thumbs up. I'll pay your rent." Feng Shanshan lay on the sofa and said, "How's the case?" "There's still no progress," Tang Yin replied. "You're injured, so there's no need to ask so much. I'll sleep in the study. You can help yourself." Chapter 565. Late at night, at the hospital. The old man still had to stay in the hospital for a few more days, but Sheng Bowen and Hu Ran were keeping watch at the hospital tonight. After Sheng Bowen proposed a divorce, Hu Ran did not mention it again, but the two of them could not help but feel awkward. Hu Ran was afraid that Sheng Bowen would get along with Grandpa Sheng because the two of them had become much closer recently. Hu Ran was afraid that Sheng Bowen would accidentally tell others about their decision. If that happened, it would be irreversible. "You should go back and rest. I'll keep watch here. Aren't you tired of working during the day and keeping watch at night?" Sheng Bowen looked at Hu Ran and shook his head. "I'm afraid that you'll be in danger if you stay here alone. Eighth brother's men are here. What are you afraid of?" Hu Ran pushed him. "Go back. We don't need you here." Sheng Bowen was helpless. Because he had a regular meeting tomorrow morning, he surrendered. "I won't stay here. I'll go to the hotel opposite the hospital. That way, if you need me, I can come to you as soon as possible. Is that okay?" Hu Ran blushed, but she nodded. "Then why aren't you going?" Grandpa Sheng saw the awkwardness between the two of them. He guessed that the young couple had not gotten into the mood yet. Sheng Bowen was in charge of the Sheng family now, so Sheng Kai had a lot of time to drink and get drunk. Gu Xiling was angry and wronged when she saw this. "Are you planning to give up on Huang Yao completely? Look at yourself in the mirror. You don't have any fighting spirit at all. You don't look like a man." Sheng Kai sat up from the bed drunkenly and pointed at Gu Xiling. "You don't scold me all day. I have my pride too. A man's dignity is earned by himself, not given by others. Sheng Kai, Grandpa is urging us to have a child as soon as possible. What do you think we should do?" Gu Xiling planned to make everything clear at this moment. "Then let's have a baby," Sheng Kai answered unnaturally. "Why are you still pretending? There's something wrong with your body. How can I have a baby?" Gu Xiling crossed her arms and sat on the edge of the bed. Sheng Kai frowned and grabbed Gu Xiling's clothes. "When did you peek at the documents I locked in the cabinet? Do I need to peek? For half a year, we never used contraception. I even deliberately nourished my body, but I couldn't get pregnant. So I went to the hospital for a checkup. The doctor said that everything is normal. Since I'm normal, do I still need to say who the problem is?" Gu Xiling said angrily. "My body is fine. You're still trying to be brave. If you don't cooperate with me and go to the hospital for a test tube, then you'll never have a child. When third brother's child is born, you'll only lose more opportunities." Gu Xiling patiently explained the stakes to him. Think about it yourself. Sheng Kai had always felt humiliated in front of Gu Xiling. This was because men were most afraid of having problems in that area. They would be criticized by others, and even their own women would look down on them. "I can't accept it, especially if word of this gets out. I'd rather die." Sheng Kai suddenly woke up and sat on the bed. He looked very dispirited. "I don't know how things turned out like this. If you're not willing to be a deputy CEO and you don't accept the fact that you're infertile, then don't even think about making a comeback in this life. Have you ever thought that Shang Xiao had to endure more than half a year of ridicule from others? With his character, he's flexible. Can't you do the same? If you're sure that you want to live like this, then I, Gu Xiling, am completely blind." Sheng Kai was in great pain, and it was difficult for him to accept that he had suddenly fallen from the clouds and was exposed as infertile. "Give me some time. I need time. Just tonight. If you continue to be so dispirited, then we'll be forced into a corner in the end." Having said that, Gu Xiling turned around and went to the study. She planned to leave the entire space to Sheng Kai. If he still couldn't understand, then Gu Xiling felt that there was no reason for her to persist. The second half of the night in Jianchuan was spent in a storm. Hu Ran did not like this kind of weather, because she did not know if Sheng Bowen's embrace was still her harbor. Feng Shanshan, who was also betrayed by her friends and homeless, was also woken up by the thunder. She sat up in the dark and took deep breaths. Then, she turned on the lights in the living room. Unexpectedly, Tang Yin was alarmed. "Scared?" When Feng Shanshan saw him coming out of the study, she shook her head unnaturally. No, it's just that the thunder is too loud. I can't sleep. Just admit it if you're scared. There's nothing shameful about it. Tang Yin went to the kitchen and poured a glass of water. He also warmed a glass of milk for Feng Shanshan. How long have you been alone? When I was very young, Feng Shanshan replied. What about you? 7 or 8 years old. My parents died in the hands of kidnappers. Since then, I've been alone. Tang Yin leaned against the sofa and answered while drinking water. No wonder. His EQ was so low. Feng Shanshan held back the second half of her sentence and did not say it out loud. So, you trained yourself to be so strong and became a police officer. It's getting late. Go to sleep. If you're afraid, you can turn on the lights or lie by the fireplace. It will reduce your fear. Tang Yin refused to answer her personal questions, and Feng Shanshan consciously did not ask further. It turned out that both of them had fallen from grace. This man's life was more tragic than she had imagined. At least her parents were still alive. Therefore, Feng Shanshan decided to hate him less in the future. After all, it was not easy for him to not grow up without his parents' education. Then, she wrapped herself in a blanket and sat by the fireplace. Sure enough, when she saw the fire, she was filled with hope and was not so afraid anymore. More importantly, she knew that there was a very strong man in the study, which made her feel very safe. Because of this, Feng Shanshan suddenly had a bold idea. Since Tang Yin was also living alone, could he rent half of the house to her? However, she quickly dismissed the idea because Tang Yin seemed to be a loner and did not want to be involved with anyone. It would not be easy to convince him. It seemed that she would have to work harder and see if she could get Tang Yin's approval by cooking. Chapter 566. When he saw Hu Ran curled up on the sofa in the ward, he walked in quietly and sat down beside her. Hu Ran suddenly woke up and looked a little shocked. I was worried that you would be afraid, so I came over to accompany you. Sheng Bowen took off his coat and put it on Hu Ran's shoulder. Sleep. I'm here. At that moment, Hu Ran felt her entire body warm up. Sheng Bowen made her feel how precious it was that a man was willing to give her a reliable shoulder to rely on. Why would he want a divorce when things were already like this? Fool. The next day, Banyan Courtyard. Sheng Xiao received a parcel from the United States. It was the marriage registration certificate for him and the little one. With this certificate, he and Mu Chi-Chi could truly be considered to have successfully registered. What is this? Mu Chi-Chi came over to take a look. When she saw that it was a document that she had signed, she immediately blushed. I only received it now. Why are you blushing? Didn't you say that we're already an old couple? Sheng Xiao held the document and could not help but laugh at her. Getting married at the age of 20 makes it seem like I'm worried about marriage. Of course I have to blush. Mu Chi-Chi covered her face and said, "Who wanted to eat me up when they were 17 years old?" Mu Chi-Chi glared at Sheng Xiao. He might have to brag about this for the rest of his life. So what if she liked him first and pursued him first? The law did not say that a girl could not pursue a man. Thinking of this, Mu Chi-Chi felt at ease. She hugged the marriage certificate in her arms. If you bully me again, I'll tell Mom and Dad. You don't have to. Mom and Dad are on your side. Early in the morning, the two of them stood in the courtyard and started kissing intimately. It was not until Mama Sheng ran into them when she went out that she saw them. Two damn children. Don't you know how to be careful? It's so early in the morning. I'm going to school. Mu Chi-Chi was even more embarrassed when she saw that Mama Sheng had seen her. She returned the marriage certificate to Sheng Xiao and got into Suche's car. Sheng Xiao put away the marriage certificate and followed. Mama Sheng smiled. The old couple had seen such a scene many times. They were very pleased because their son and daughter-in-law had such a good relationship. She did not ask for anything else. After getting into the car, Sheng Xiao became serious. At 5:30 in the afternoon, Suche will pick you up at school. He will bring you a dress. I know. I won't forget. Mu Chi-Chi replied, giving him a peck on the cheek before she got out of the car. She was already a wife, but she was still so shy. Jianchuan was clear after the rain. Shankai spent the whole night thinking. The next day, he returned to his usual glamorous self. He planned to go to work at Huang Yao after breakfast. After all, he was still the deputy CEO. Seeing him pull himself together, Gu Xiling was relieved. You won't be able to endure it for too long. There's still a long way to go. However, about the child, let me think about it and make preparations. No matter how anxious I am, there's no need to rush this moment. I can still wait for a few days, Gu Xiling replied. Go to Huang Yao. Be patient. Since I'm ready to face it, I've already guessed it. You don't have to worry about it. However, Sheng Bowen did not expect Shankai to pull himself together so quickly and appear at the Huang Yao regular meeting. Because of Sheng Bowen's character, Huang Yao's previous aggressive state had to change. He was more focused on building a solid foundation instead of rushing to expand. This was different from Sheng Kai's management philosophy. One pursued stability, while the other liked to take risks. Of course, Sheng Kai had no say now. Huang Yao now had to listen to Sheng Bowen's arrangements. Because the VVIP night of Huang Yao was approaching, Sheng Bowen thought of Mu Chi-Chi's amazing plan last year. This year, he wanted to ask Mu Chi-Chi if she had any new ideas. After all, everyone had higher expectations for the VVIP night of Huang Yao now. However, now that Mu Chi-Chi was a forensic doctor and was very busy, Shang Xiao probably would not agree. After the regular meeting, Shang Kai returned to his office. However, on his way back, he heard many people talking about him. I can't believe he still has the face to be the deputy CEO. Huang Yao was ruined by him before. Isn't that so? Fortunately, third young master is in charge now. Otherwise, I don't know what would happen to Huang Yao. Sheng Kai pretended not to hear it. When he was about to leave, Sheng Bowen appeared behind the employees. Aren't you busy with work? You still have a time to gossip? The employees were shocked. When they saw Sheng Bowen, they quickly dispersed. However, Sheng Kai did not appreciate Sheng Bowen's help at all. I didn't beg you to do this. I helped you not, because you were my second brother. It would be the same for someone else. After that, the two brothers walked past each other. Sheng Kai really hated Sheng Bowen's arrogant character. Now that he was in power, it was as if everyone had to be taken care of by him. Did he think he was a god? Did he come to save the refugees? Sooner or later, he would tell Sheng Bowen the terrible consequences of excessive kindness. In the afternoon, in Shengting, because Feng Shanshan was not in school, Mu Chi-Chi suddenly felt a little lonely. She wondered how Tang Yan's family was doing now. She made a notebook for her. The exam was coming soon. Although they could not be considered best friends, they were no longer in a tit-for-tat relationship like before. The two proud people could be considered to appreciate each other to a certain extent. Feng Shanshan had actually guessed that Mu Chi-Chi was really a saint in some aspects. It should be said that as long as Mu Chi-Chi treated someone as a friend in her heart, she would definitely treat them very seriously. However, she now hoped that Tang Yan could accept her suggestion and give her a small corner of the house. For this reason, she woke up very early to cook. Although she did not see Tang Yan, at least Tang Yan left with breakfast. This was a kind of confirmation in disguise. She did not know if it would go smoothly when she mentioned this matter to him at night. Feng Shanshan did not call. Mu Chi-Chi thought that she was very comfortable and happy, so she did not pay too much attention to her. After all, she had to accompany Xiao Xiao to the banquet tonight. Of course, she would not have guessed that she would see someone at the banquet, someone who made her feel very suspicious. The banquet started at 7 in the evening. Mu Chi-Chi and Sheng Xiao only arrived at the banquet venue at around 6:50. Go in and sit for a while. Try to finish before 8. After Sheng Xiao kept a low profile, he did not really like such occasions. He preferred to talk and laugh with like-minded people. Chapter 567. After entering the banquet, the happiest thing for Mu Chi-Chi was seeing Sheng Minglan and Jingyan. Sheng Minglan was pregnant, so she looked even softer and had the radiance of motherhood all over her body. It was really not easy. Thinking about how difficult it was for the two of them to be together, Jingyan was going to be a father in the blink of an eye. Xiao Qi, In fact, Sheng Minglan felt that Mu Qiqi had changed a lot. She had seen this girl on TV most of the time, except when Jingyun went to Zhongting to negotiate. She seemed to be able to surprise people every time. Why are you so far away from me? I stay with corpses all day. I'm really afraid that I'll affect you, Mu Qiqi said to Sheng Minglan. Isn't there a similar saying? It's better for a pregnant woman to stay close to a blessed man. Are you not lucky? Sheng Minglan glared at her. Not only are you lucky, but you are also full of righteousness. Seeing that their woman had a companion, the two men looked at each other and walked among the guests. Knowing that Sheng Minglan was pregnant, Sheng Xiao was not in a hurry. He held a glass of champagne and clinked glasses with Jingyun. I didn't expect you to be ahead of me in becoming a father. You have to work hard, CEO Sheng, Jingyun said with a smile. Sheng Xiao glared at him. He knew that the little one was only 20 years old and could not have a child. Still, it fully showed how much Jingyun was looking forward to becoming a father. Sheng Minglan saw Sheng Xiao's gaze through the crowd and said to Mu Qiqi, "It seems that eighth brother is very envious." Mu Qiqi did not understand. Sheng Minglan stroked her belly. The hint was obvious. Mu Qiqi blushed. It's still too early for us. That's why I said that eighth brother is envious. We will have one too. It's just a matter of time. Just thinking about it. Sheng Minglan felt that if Mu Qiqi could have a child one day, she would definitely be the darling of the Sheng and Shen families. Then, she thought of eighth brother's face that showed off everywhere after having child. She could not help but laugh. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mu Qiqi turned around and was about to say that she should go to the buffet area to get some food. She could not let a pregnant woman starve. But when she passed by the red wine area, she saw a man in a dark green suit. He had a very typical O-shaped leg, and his figure was very similar to the man who went to Shun Qing's house in the photo taken by the paparazzi. Sheng Minglan noticed her expression and asked, "What's wrong?" "That man just now." Mu Qiqi beckoned to Sheng Xiao, who was nearby. Soon, her man came to her. "What? Xiao Xiao, do you know that man?" Mu Qiqi asked, pointing at the man in the red wine section. "The person in charge of Huayu, Xiaolin. He's Xiangxing's brother," said Sheng Xiao. "Why? Is it related to your case?" The police had interrogated Xiangxing, but they didn't get anything out of him. Moreover, his brother was overseas at that time, so they didn't pay much attention to Xiaolin. However, when Mu Qiqi saw him today, she had a strong feeling that this man was not an outsider to Shun Qing's matter. Of course, it was impossible to rely on intuition to investigate a case. Then, do you have any contact with that Xiaolin? I can only say that I know him. Then, Sheng Xiao pinched Mu Qiqi's nose. Even if you have doubts in your heart, you can't show it on your face. Do you want others to see it and be on guard against you? Mu Qiqi was stunned for a moment. Then, she quickly replied, "I know. I'll be careful next time. He won't run away. We can just investigate after the case is over." "Xiao Xiao, do you know anything else?" Mu Qiqi looked at the teasing smile on the man's face. She was a little expectant. "Or do you not like me to talk about this in such an occasion? Let's go back and talk about it. That depends on what you want to know." Then, Sheng Xiao pointed at his cheek. It was obvious that he was hinting at something. Mu Qiqi leaned forward and kissed him. Only then did she ask with a clear conscience, "I want to know if he knows martial arts, or I don't know anything else. I only know that he is good at golf and baseball. I've met him a few times." Baseball? Mu Qiqi suddenly thought of Shun Qing's injury. "Are you here to attend a party, or to investigate a case?" Sheng Minglan couldn't help asking her. "You're already so serious now. What will happen in the future?" After listening to Sheng Minglan's words, Mu Qiqi put away all her questions and returned to her normal self. "It's just a coincidence." While they were talking, Xiaolin came to Sheng Xiao and said, "It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm here to ask if your wife has any complaints about you, because I think the way she looks at me is a little strange." Xiaolin was very direct. He looked at Mu Qiqi with a complicated gaze. Mu Qiqi coughed softly and answered, "I'm just surprised that you and your brother look so alike. Little girls are always curious about the world. I'm often confused by her unconventional thoughts. You don't have to worry about it, CEO Xie. Sheng Xiao quickly shielded her. All right, let's play golf together when we have time. Xiaolin did not ask further, but this man was very observant. After that, he turned around and left. Sheng Xiao turned around and looked at Mu Qiqi. I think you won't live past the second day if you become a criminal police officer. Luckily, you're just a forensic doctor. I thought you could handle things on your own. Is this how you act in front of me? I still have this bit of self-awareness. Mu Qiqi said impatiently. Don't worry. Before Xinqing's case is solved, I won't go anywhere alone. I'm a coward. I'm a coward because I have to worry about my lover. Sheng Zhao's face was not as black as before when he heard what the little one said. However, Xiaolin must have sensed something. After all, Mu Qiqi had appeared on TV before. In order not to leave her doubts to the next day, Mu Qiqi called the professor after the party ended. Xiangxing's brother, Xiaolin, also has O-shaped legs. He also plays baseball and golf. The people from the police station are investigating this person's social relations, said the professor, because Tang Yin found a detail in the paparazzi's photo. There's a scar on this person's neck. Xiangxing doesn't have that scar. How cunning. He deliberately covered it up from every angle. Tang Yin used a magnifying glass to look at it for a long time before he found that. Chapter 568. It doesn't matter. It's not our job anyway. The professor laughed. Not bad, Xiao Qiqi. You actually saw the murderer at a cocktail party? It's just a coincidence. Mu Qiqi stole a glance at Sheng Zhao's expression. Not daring to continue chatting with the professor, she hung up. This isn't the way home, is it? Where are we going now? The hospital. Although it was two simple words, Mu Qiqi understood that Sheng Xiao wanted to see Grandpa Sheng. But when they arrived at the hospital, Sheng Xiao went straight to the office of Grandpa Sheng's doctor. Chief Sheng, I'm sorry to trouble you to come here. With the help of the specialists you've invited, we found out the real reason Grandpa Sheng fainted twice recently. It's because of this tumor hidden in his brain. Sheng Xiao watched as the doctor handed him the CT scan, but Sheng Xiao did not take it. He did not think that he could understand it. Is it diagnosed? The doctor nodded. Moreover, there's a possibility of metastasis. There's a 70% chance that it's malignant. What's the treatment plan? We're worried that he might not be able to handle such a major surgery at his age. The location of the tumor is really not optimistic. However, at the latest tomorrow, after I've consulted with the specialist, I'll tell you a few feasible plans. When that time comes, it'll be up to your family to decide. There was no obvious change in Sheng Zhao's expression, but Mu Qiqi knew that while her man appeared to be ruthless and unforgiving with his words, he was the most sentimental of people. With Grandpa Sheng sick, the other brothers of the Sheng family were either thinking about Huang Yao or the inheritance. But Sheng Xiao had found a specialist. Of the two who were once at odds with each other, Sheng Xiao was the first to know about Grandpa Sheng's illness. Mu Qiqi very naturally held Sheng Zhao's hand, as if to comfort him. Sheng Xiao knew what she was thinking, and so put Mu Qiqi's hand into his pocket. So, he did not come to the hospital to see Grandpa Sheng, but to hear the diagnosis from the doctor. Come up with a treatment plan as soon as possible. I want him alive. When Sheng Xiao said those words, Mu Qiqi could clearly feel the seriousness in his words. The doctor looked at Sheng Zhao's expression and finally nodded. We will do our best. After that, Sheng Xiao brought Mu Qiqi home. However, Mu Qiqi was not as talkative as usual, which Sheng Xiao was not used to. What's wrong today? Today, I seem to have gotten to know my husband again. Mu Qiqi could not help leaning into his arms. I always felt that you hated the old man from the bottom of your heart. For me, you stood against him and left the Sheng family so resolutely. I always thought that you no longer have a grandfather in your heart. But I knew that you lost your temper 2 days ago, and seeing you here today, I know that you actually care about your family very much. If you didn't care about your family, you wouldn't have been attracted to the Sheng family in the past. You wouldn't have complained either. Xiao Xiao, it's not embarrassing to say it out loud. In front of outsiders, you act like a high and mighty god, but in my heart, you also need 7 emotions and 6 desires. You need love and companionship. Do you regret being with me after seeing me like this? Sheng Xiao caressed Mu Qiqi's hair again and again. Why should I regret it? I love you even more because I know that my man has a big heart. Although Sheng Xiao and the old man were incompatible on the surface, Mu Qiqi could understand the softness in his heart. Sheng Xiao hugged the little one tightly. He did not dote on her for nothing. Although the old man was hateful and he didn't want to forgive him, since he knew about this, he wouldn't sit back and do nothing. Otherwise, wouldn't he feel guilty? Feeling bored staying in the hospital, the old man asked who ran when he could be discharged. Coincidentally, the attending doctor was doing his rounds and told the old man, "Keep him under observation for 2 more days. Otherwise, we won't help you if you faint again. You doctors only know how to cheat money. I'm perfectly fine. Why would I need to stay in the hospital?" The doctor smiled at that. "Old mister, you're right to listen to me." The old man did not struggle. After all, Huang Yao was managed by 3rd brother and there were other people in the family. He did not need to worry. "Then I'll stay for 2 more days. You can't stop me if there's no problem. Old mister, you have to remember that you have a good grandson." The doctor said meaningfully and left the ward, leaving the old man and who ran confused. However, the grandson the doctor was talking about was obviously not Sheng Kai. He rarely came to the hospital and made a fuss the moment he came. It was unlikely that it was Sheng Bowen, but he had been dealing with things in Huang Yao for the past 2 days. The old man guessed that it was him, but he was afraid that he would be disappointed. However, just because of this, he was willing to stay for 2 more days. Tang Yin returned home in the early morning, but Feng Shanshan was still waiting for him in the living room. "Have you eaten?" Tang Yin shook his head. "I don't have time to eat." "Then I'll heat it up for you." Having said that, Feng Shanshan got up from the sofa and went to the kitchen. Soon, she came to Tang Yin with the delicious food. "Eat." Tang Yin frowned. He did not understand why she was so attentive all of a sudden. So, after sitting down at the dining table, Tang Yin looked at the food and did not eat. Instead, he leaned on the table and asked Feng Shanshan, "What are you up to now?" Feng Shanshan was surprised for a moment and then smiled. "Am I? Tell me. Otherwise, I really can't eat this meal." Feng Shanshan lowered her head and thought for a moment. Finally, she said, "Look at such a big house. It's quite lonely living alone. It's time-consuming to clean it, and no one will cook for you. Why don't you give me some space? I'll take care of the housework and 3 meals a day. What do you think? I won't live for free. I'll take care of everything and pay rent." Tang Yin lowered his head in silence. After listening to her, he only answered, "No." "Why?" Feng Shanshan asked. "I won't trouble you. You're already troubling me," Tang Yin said coldly. "I don't like people wandering around in front of me and affecting my thoughts. Moreover, I've been staying in the study for the past 2 days. It's very uncomfortable." Feng Shanshan did not expect Tang Yin to reject her so quickly and straightforwardly. Although she was a little depressed, she felt that it was understandable. Chapter 569. "All right then. I've been bothering you for the past 2 days. Since you don't like it, I'll pack up later and leave tomorrow morning," said Feng Shanshan. "It's up to you." Then Tang Yin stood up from the dining table. Feng Shanshan was dumbfounded. "You ate it, didn't you? Did I poison it?" Tang Yin thought for a while and sat back down. Feng Shanshan knew that he was embarrassed, so she did not want to torture him anymore. His sweat could really suffocate a person to death. In fact, Feng Shanshan was more or less mentally prepared. It would be strange if Tang Yin, who was not a compassionate person, agreed. He did not like to trouble others, and he did not want others to trouble him. However, Feng Shanshan noticed that the house next to Tang Yan's small courtyard seemed to be abandoned. If she could buy it and become Tang Yan's neighbor, she would not have to worry about safety, and she would not have to worry about causing trouble or disturbing him. Thinking of this, Feng Shanshan curled up on the sofa and fell asleep. When the time came, she would also buy a sofa like this because it was comfortable enough to sleep on. Tang Yin buried his head in his meal and did not pay attention to Feng Shanshan. When he was about to go to the study, he saw that Feng Shanshan had already fallen asleep on the sofa. In the past, he never felt guilty when he rejected people because he did not think that he would beg others for help. If he offended them, then so be it. However, he did not know why he felt a little guilty when he rejected Feng Shanshan. This was something he had never felt before. Feng Shanshan was betrayed and had nowhere to go. Logically speaking, as a man, he should help her. However, he did not want to have anything to do with others, especially in his personal life. He did not want another person to distract him. Unexpectedly, Feng Shanshan did not act pitiful or pester him. The next day, she really packed up and left his house. When Tang Yin went out, he suddenly felt worried because he actually thought about where else could Feng Shanshan go. Was that something he should be concerned about? Thinking of this, he was even more annoyed. He rode his motorcycle and left the house. Xiaolin's interrogation was not smooth either. This man was even more cunning than Xiangxing. He insisted that he was abroad when Shen Qing died, and it was impossible for him to kill someone in the country. Now that the police could not find more evidence, they could only watch as Xiaolin was released. What happened between Shen Qing and Xiaolin? What secrets did the two of them have? Why couldn't they find any clues in Shen Qing's house? Tang Yin was troubled by this, so he did not have the mood to care about Feng Shanshan. He also wanted to use work to completely forget about this matter. What about Feng Shanshan? He appeared to be carefree and not worried about where he would go next. When they arrived at school, Mu Qiqi saw that Feng Shanshan had actually come to class. She asked her, "Where have you been these 2 days? Didn't you smell my scent? Why are you still asking when you already know the answer?" Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes at Mu Qiqi. Officer Tang probably wants to be a bachelor for the rest of his life. He's really hard to describe. You took off your clothes and seduced him. Feng Shanshan continued to stare at Mu Qiqi. Although I can have fun, I don't like to have sex. I just suggested renting his house, and I will pay for his meals and housework. But he still rejected me without hesitation. Do you know? He did not hesitate at all. Mu Qiqi could not help but laugh. He is single because of his ability. What can you do? What are your plans after this? Thanks to Grandpa Sheng's blessing, I have money to buy the house next to Tang Yin. This way, I don't have to worry about my safety anymore. Mu Qiqi could not help but raise her hand and give her a thumbs up. You're amazing. This is the sorrow of being alone. I heard that after Xiaolin brought him back, he refused to admit it. The police's lead was cut off again. The only hope now is to crack Shen Qing's computer, but I don't know if the information in it can be recovered. Mu Qiqi sighed. It's such a big case. Everyone knows that he is the murderer, but they can't do anything to him. I used to think that this kind of thing only happens in TV dramas. Just wait for the news. Feng Shanshan took the notebook and could not help but smile. Do you know? I want to be your enemy all the time. It's hard for me to do this. We are still enemies. While they were chatting happily, someone unexpectedly sent Mu Qiqi a package. Mu Qiqi opened it and saw a real human palm inside. It was dripping with blood, and the students around her were so frightened that they scattered. Feng Shanshan and Mu Qiqi, however, were very calm. They looked at each other and smiled. Someone dares to threaten you? Looks like he wants to know how powerful CEO Sheng is. But Mu Qiqi did not want to joke about it. Doesn't this mean that the person is guilty? Shall we go to the forensics lab tonight? Mu Qiqi shook her head and said to Feng Shanshan, "You go alone. I have something to do at home." She did not forget that she would go to the hospital with Shang Xiao tonight to listen to the results of the consultation. Although the old man had humiliated her, he was sick now. He would not be able to live for long. What was there to hold a grudge? In fact, when the doctor asked him to stay in the hospital, Grandpa Sheng had more or less guessed that the reason for his fainting was not simple. So, when Hu Ran and Gu Xiling were not around, Grandpa Sheng went to the doctor's office alone. "Doctor, there is no one else now. Tell me the truth. I don't have much time left, do I?" The doctor looked at Grandpa Sheng's eyes and knew that he was an understanding man. He said directly, "Yes, it's a tricky disease, but it's not completely hopeless. I understand now. Let's leave it to fate. This old man has never been afraid of anything in his life. Old sir, you should be more optimistic. I'm having a consultation with a specialist today because your grandson asked me to come up with a treatment plan. If you don't come, I'm already on my way to see him. Which grandson of mine? Look, other than the one who doesn't get along with you, who else? Eighth young master, Sheng Xiao. Grandpa Sheng was silent for a while. Then, he asked uncertainly, is he trying to make me die early or something? Chapter 570. Grandpa Sheng followed behind the doctor and saw Sheng Xiao, Mu Chi, and the specialist in the consultation room. Then, the attending doctor walked in and put all the plans in front of Sheng Xiao. Chief Sheng, I believe that the specialists have told you about old Mr. Sheng's condition. And after our discussion, we suggest that you persuade old Mr. Sheng to undergo surgery as soon as possible. The success rate of the surgery is 35%. The current situation is still optimistic. If it continues to be delayed, it will be too late when the tumor metastasizes or the cells spread. Then, the surgery will be meaningless. What about the surgery plan? Sheng Xiao asked. There are two plans for the surgery at the moment. One is to go abroad. At the moment, the equipment abroad is more advanced. But in terms of this kind of surgery, I still trust the local doctors more. The two chances are almost the same. This needs to be weighed by the family members. This is the first time I heard that a 70% chance is considered high. Sheng Xiao's voice was a little cold. Chief Sheng, we doctors also hope that every patient can recover. But humans are so small in front of diseases. We can't do anything but try our best. Sheng Xiao looked at the plan and finally put it in front of the doctor. You said that the local doctors are more skilled. The specialists you invited also agree with this. Also, the patient needs to agree to the surgery. And there are so many people in the Sheng family. Do you want to tell them? If I tell them, can the surgery still be done? Sheng Xiao asked the doctor. Sheng Kai and Sheng Bowen would have to fight many times. Moreover, the Sheng family had their own thoughts. It was unknown whether they wanted Grandpa Sheng to recover or not. Tell them? Then I will think of a solution for the patient, said the doctor. I hope you will do your best. Grandpa Sheng really did not expect that Sheng Xiao would come to the hospital for a meeting with the doctors for his sake. Obviously, Sheng Xiao did not want to see him. But just as the doctor said, not wanting to see him did not mean that he did not care. After Sheng Xiao and Sheng Bowen left, Grandpa Sheng went to the doctor's office. Did you see it? Grandpa Sheng nodded. I just didn't expect. He didn't expect that his grandson, who was always against him, was the one who cared about his health the most. And those people who usually spoke well of him were now eyeing his inheritance. Old Mr. Sheng, that is why you have to make a choice. With that, the doctor placed the treatment plan in front of Sheng Xiao. Now, you need to nod and agree. When the old man saw the surgery consent form, he didn't think too much and wrote his name on it. You won't even consider it? I trust Sheng Xiao. It's just that I don't want anyone else in the Sheng family to know about my surgery, especially my other grandchildren. Doctor, before this, I hope you can cooperate with me. I want to leave the hospital and find an excuse to come back. Old Sheng did not want second brother and his wife to know about this. Otherwise, who knew how much they would plot against him? The doctor thought about it and nodded. Go ahead, I'll just cooperate. Among all his children and grandchildren, only the eighth one was sincere to him. But in the past, he had done so many things to hurt his eighth brother. He had pushed his grandson away with his own hands. After coming out of the hospital, Mu Chi received a call from Feng Shanshan. The information in Shun Qing's computer has been recovered and decoded. And in her encrypted files, there are photos of her and Xiaolin together. Aren't you coming to the police station to participate in such an exciting moment? Mu Chi turned to look at Sheng Xiao. Although she was excited, she did not hesitate and said, Since everyone has found the evidence, I have nothing to do with what happens next. Just tell me the results when the time comes. Feng Shanshan nodded. Mu Chi nodded. All right, we'll talk about it in class tomorrow. Mu Chi wanted to go, but she wanted to stay by Sheng Xiao's side. Sheng Xiao put his arm around Mu Chi's neck. He did not want to let go of her now. He just wanted to hug this little one. Are you going to tell Dad and Mom? Sheng Xiao shook his head. There's no need to let more people know about this. As long as he did it quietly, it would be fine. That old man probably didn't want to alarm others, especially those who had a deep obsession with his legacy. What if the surgery fails? Sheng Xiao did not say anything. He just hugged Mu Qiqi tighter. We'll talk about it when the time comes. I'm afraid that Shang Kai's family will make a big fuss. Not to mention one. Even 10 Shang Kais can't do anything in front of me. This was Sheng Zhao's confidence. At this moment, Xiaolin was brought back to the police station for interrogation. They found a lot of photos of them in Shun Qing's computer. Officer, what can this prove? If you suspect that I killed her, you should show me the evidence. Xiaolin said very calmly. You have to be clear. When Shun Qing died, I was abroad. If you have evidence, come and arrest me. If not, I advise you not to keep wasting my time. Otherwise, I will file a lawsuit against you. The colleagues in the interrogation room felt very uncomfortable because this man was really too cunning. He did not fall into any trap. Seeing this, Tang Yin felt that he had to find new evidence. Why was Xiaolin abroad when Shun Qing died? If he could figure this out, everything would have an answer. However, when Tang Yin left the police station and was about to ride his motorcycle, he saw Feng Shanshan at the entrance of the police station. At first, he did not think about this woman for the whole day. He did not have any burden in his heart. But Tang Yin felt that when he saw Feng Shanshan at this moment, all the psychological hints in his mind were broken. So, he rode his motorcycle to Feng Shanshan. Where are you going? I'll give you a ride. No need. You can go. I bought a car myself. Feng Shanshan took the car key and shook it at Tang Yin. It seemed that she did not need him at all. Have you found a place to stay? Yes. Feng Shanshan nodded. Thanks to you. That's good. After that, Tang Yin rode his bike and left the police station, leaving Feng Shanshan alone in confusion. Was this man so kind to her? Chapter 571. That night, when Tang Yin returned home, he was eager to know where Feng Shanshan had gone. Didn't they say that her friends could not be trusted? Didn't they say that she had been living alone since she was young and had no family? He was the one who rejected Feng Shanshan. But strangely, he was the one who could not let go of Feng Shanshan. The feeling made him feel strange and anxious. He did not know what was wrong with him. So, he went to the bathroom to take a cold shower in the winter. But when he returned to the kitchen and saw the kitchen utensils that Feng Shanshan had used, the worry that he had just suppressed floated to the surface of the water like a feather falling into the lake. How would he know that Feng Shanshan was packing her things next door? However, Feng Shanshan did not want him to know. So, she planned to miss his working hours and go out. Otherwise, it would be very awkward if they met. The next day, the doctor announced that Grandpa Sheng was fine and could be discharged. Sheng Bowen specially arranged a comfortable car to pick him up from the hospital. The doctor and Grandpa Sheng agreed to only give him 2 days to go back to the hospital for surgery, because his condition could not be delayed. Grandpa Sheng nodded in agreement. He planned to go home and arrange a good show where his good friend came to visit him. Then, he would go straight to the hospital for treatment. When they returned home, the Shengs behaved themselves. Even Sheng Kai went back to work seriously. He was willing to submit to Sheng Bowen and be the vice president of Huang Yao. He swallowed everything. After Sheng Bowen took office, he handled the matters of Huang Yao very well. Even if he was not smart, he knew how to make use of his strength, which was to win people over with virtue. A large number of radicals in the company didn't like Sheng Bo's scholarly style of doing things, so they secretly contacted Sheng Kai. Because if Sheng Bowen became the CEO, they would have no benefits to speak of. They wouldn't be able to get any benefits. On the surface, Sheng Kai did not accept anyone's invitation. But in their hearts, they knew that Sheng Kai could not be picky at this time. At lunchtime, everyone was very obedient. Grandpa Sheng chuckled. Then he put down his bowl and chopsticks and said to everyone, "Grandpa Song called me late last night and invited me to the Song family to rest for a few days. Anyway, I need to rest now, so I agreed to his invitation and will leave tomorrow afternoon." "Which Grandpa Song?" The antique collector? Sheng Bowen asked. Yes, it's him. The old man nodded. Let the butler accompany you. Pay attention to control your emotions, Sheng Bowen instructed. At the side, Gu Xiling looked at the old man. She couldn't help but have some doubts in her heart. This was because the Song family that the old man was talking about was also friends with the Gu family. However, this family had already moved to Iceland a year ago. They weren't even in the country at all. How could they possibly invite the old man over? What was the old man planning? After lunch, Gu Xiling called her mother and asked her to confirm the matter of the Song family. However, Gu Xiling's mother told her that the family had not come back since they emigrated. Gu Xiling was sure that the old man was hiding something. Otherwise, why would he hide it from his family? In order to get to the bottom of this, Gu Xiling decided to follow Grandpa Sheng tomorrow to find out what was going on. In the afternoon, Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan rested in the library of Shengting University. It was clearly such a sacred place, but there was a little girl gossiping in such a place. Feng Shanshan couldn't stand it anymore. She walked in front of the two girls and said to them, "This doesn't seem to be a suitable place for you to discuss which celebrity has cheated on you and who is hooked up again." The two girls glanced at Feng Shanshan and felt a little uncomfortable. They closed the gossip magazine and got up from their seats to leave. Feng Shanshan looked at the cover. It was actually Xinqing. She called out to the two girls, "Leave the magazine." The two girls handed the magazine over in a silly manner and quickly left the library. Feng Shanshan returned to her seat with the magazine and handed it to Mu Qiqi. This issue has Xinqing's previous interview. What's the use? It's impossible for her to return to the magazine and remind us who killed her and where the evidence is. Mu Qiqi glanced at the cover of the magazine. Although she said that it was useless, her hand still flipped through the pages uncontrollably. When she saw the lines of the interview, she suddenly frowned. Xinqing said that the kind of people she envied the most in her life are the paparazzi. Shouldn't it be hatred? Feng Shanshan looked at the magazine. She also mentioned that she has a good relationship with the paparazzi in the circle. Thinking of this, Mu Qiqi immediately took out her phone and searched for news about Xinqing. She found that there were very few negative news about her. Of course, it was compared to Huang Fu. If the paparazzi Chui is really helping Huang Fu to keep an eye on Xinqing, how is it possible that Xinqing did not expose any scandals? I still feel that the paparazzi is very suspicious. Feng Shanshan was also bored. She went to look for news and videos about the paparazzi. She looked at them one by one, because she also felt that there was a secret between Xinqing, Xiaolin, and the paparazzi. Although the police had found the photos of Xinqing and Xiaolin. Mu Qiqi, I actually want to investigate the ancestors of this paparazzi, because I found this. Feng Shanshan passed the phone to Mu Qiqi. She went to the paparazzi's Weibo and found his alternate account. She followed the alternate account and found the profile picture that the paparazzi had used before. It was a photo of him with a woman. Although it was not very clear from the outline, it was not difficult for them to see that it was a fat version of Xinqing. They looked at each other and then got up from the library. The time they spent looking at the photo should be about the same as when they were in high school. So, they quickly found the location of the paparazzi's high school. They rushed there anxiously, only to find that Tang Yin was also in that school. You also found something unusual? Tang Yin glanced at them and continued to look for the photos in his hand. I went to the Civil Aviation Department to confirm it. Xiaolin did go abroad a few days ago. But on the afternoon of Xinqing's accident, he flew back to Jianchuan with a private jet. The people from Hua, you made a fake certificate. But even so, Xiaolin still insisted that he did not kill Xinqing that night. He also did not see Xinqing. He even clamored for the police to show him the evidence. So, I think that perhaps the paparazzi and Xiaolin know something about each other, but they are hiding it for each other. Chapter 572. Because of this, Feng Shanshan took out her phone and showed it to him. Xinqing and the paparazzi used to be a couple in school. Tang Yin searched through the photos and found Xinqing, who was a little fat, in the graduation photo album. After that, The three of them found the homeroom teacher at that time to understand the situation. Only then did they know that the two of them were in a relationship at a young age. Xinqing was fat at that time, and many people despised her. Only the paparazzi liked her and was willing to be with her. In the photo, they also saw the paparazzi exercising. So Mu Qiqi asked, "Is this man very fit?" Of course. His father used to run a Muay Thai gym in his early years. Although I have never seen him practice, his physical fitness is amazing. He has always been number one in sports. After understanding the situation from the school, the three of them felt very complicated. Xiaolin was Xunqing's lover, and the paparazzi was Xunqing's first love. What kind of entangled love triangle was this? It was really annoying. So, when you're in a relationship, you have to be wholehearted. Xunqing's situation is the most likely to lead to a love killer. Mu Qiqi sighed. Relationships are troublesome. Tang Yin said these 4 words naturally. No, he felt that the root of all this was greed and love. Xunqing is asking for too much. You are asking for nothing. Feng Shanshan could not help but stare at him. Officer Tang, although love is not as good as you think, it is not as bad as you think. Mu Qiqi saw the two of them arguing because of this matter. She could not help but stand aside because she felt that she was like a third wheel now. I can't understand women. I beg you, don't understand women. I really don't want anyone to be so unlucky. The two of them bickered and left the school where the paparazzi and Xunqing used to study. This should be a great help in sorting out the case. And from the paparazzi's mouth, they should be able to say something that the police did not know. At night, the two of them came out of the police station. Mu Qiqi saw her man's car parked quietly at the entrance. She turned and asked Feng Shanshan, "Have you bought a house?" "Of course, but it is not suitable for people to live in yet." "Then where are you going tonight?" Mu Qiqi raised her eyebrows. "Are you going to your friend's house?" "The police are still looking for the 2 scumbags who escaped. They took away all my cards, except for the one where I really saved my money. I don't know how stupid they are," Mu Qiqi said disdainfully. "I'll go to that house and sleep for a while. It shouldn't be a problem. Tang Yin is just next door anyway. I won't worry about it." With that, Mu Qiqi opened the door of the black car and sat beside Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao's eyes were half closed. When he felt her leaning against him, he said to Su Che, "Let's go." Feng Shanshan watched Mu Qiqi leave and quickly went home before Tang Yin left. She did not want to bump into him. This man really had no EQ at all. He was destined to be single for the rest of his life. Feng and Qing, he Xiaoyan, Qing, he has, Lin is. Qing. She is Qing had no, is. S. The more you wish for something to happen to them, the less likely it will happen to them. Sheng Xiao squinted at the little one. Besides, who asked you to worry about one couple after another? Are you a matchmaker or a matchmaker? Is it that obvious that I'm playing matchmaker? Idiot. After cursing, Sheng Xiao closed his eyes. You should write it on your forehead. Thinking about Xunqing, Mu Qiqi told Sheng Xiao about the complicated relationship. I can't imagine how I would feel if a woman fought with me for you. First of all, that woman has to dare to approach me. Not all women are like you, barging into my arms. Sheng Xiao pinched her little ear and said, "That's right. You're the only one who dares to approach me. That's why I'm lucky." Mu Qiqi sighed. She hugged Sheng Xiao's arm tightly. Sheng Xiao did not talk to her, but he smiled. The little one was naughty, but she knew her limits. She was close to him. Mu Qiqi would look for him if he did not see her for more than 5 minutes. It was precisely because he could still feel her love so strongly that Sheng Xiao would let her go out and do whatever she wanted. He would spoil his woman no matter what. Late at night, Grandpa Sheng was safe and sound at home. Sheng Bowen thought that Grandpa Sheng was fine, so he decided to face his relationship with Hu Ran. But when he returned to his room, he saw Hu Ran standing behind her. He wanted to say something, but stopped. "Do you have something to tell me?" Hu Ran asked. Sheng Bowen nodded. Then he took out the signed divorce agreement and put it in front of Hu Ran. "I've thought about it for a long time. Everything is fine in the Hu family now. You're not in danger anymore. So, I think you can choose the life you want. After all, our relationship is too strange. We might not be able to get into character, So, I'll keep the divorce agreement for you. If one day you think it through and want to leave the Shung family, just sign it. I won't blame you. Hu Ran's face darkened, because she did not expect that this silly man would really prepare the divorce agreement. I won't sign it. Since I'm married, I don't plan to divorce, Hu Ran said seriously. Xiao Ran, it's late. Go to sleep. Hu Ran was afraid that he would insist, so she turned off the lights in the room and lay on the bed. I'll put it on the dresser. Do you really want to divorce me that badly? Hu Ran was a little discouraged. I've already said that I won't sign it. Don't you understand? I just hope that you'll think it through. Don't think about others anymore. Or do you not like me at all? Do you like another girl and wanting to make room for her? If that's the case, I can fulfill your wish. Hu Ran's chest heaved up and down. It was obvious that she was really angry. Sheng Bowen sighed and silently put away the divorce agreement. I only have you by my side. There's never anyone else. Then don't say anything. Hu Ran shouted at him. I think my life is good now. There's no need to change. I'm very willing to be the wife of the CEO of Huang Yao. You have to let me live a happy life, right? I've suffered all these years and finally married a good man. Are you going to beat me back to my original state so soon? Do you think I'm a good man? Chapter 573. Late at night, the police station was still interrogating the paparazzi. This time, Tang Yin also entered the interrogation room. No matter how the paparazzi made up a story, he was not moved at all. He just watched the paparazzi perform. When the paparazzi was done, Tang Yin asked, Are you done? Officer, I've told you many times that I didn't kill Shenqing. Is it because you can't find a mysterious man, so you always bully an honest person like me? Tang Yin did not say anything else. He just said to Tang Yin, Do you know that your fingerprints are enough for the police to charge you? How much more do you want to act in front of us? No, officer, this is the interrogation room, the police station, not your entertainment industry. Tang Yin roared. The people in the interrogation room were stunned. They could not help but tremble. We don't have time to act with you. Tell us about the love triangle between you, Shenqing, and Xiaolin. Tang Yin printed out the photos of the paparazzi and Shenqing and placed them on the table one by one. You've led us to investigate that mysterious man again and again. In fact, your father owns a boxing gym. That mysterious man is physically fit and plays baseball very well. But a few days ago, Xiaolin's right arm was dislocated. So, it's impossible for him to cause such serious internal injuries on Shenqing's body. It can only be you. You and Shenqing used to be classmates and have been lovers for so many years. You tried your best to protect her, but you did not expect that she would become the lover of a big shot in the entertainment industry. You held a grudge against her, so you killed her and framed Xiaolin. You are a paparazzi, and Shenqing is a superstar. How can you be worthy of her? Look at how beautiful Shenqing is. But what about you? If it were anyone else, they would not give up Xiaolin and choose you. Enough. The paparazzo suddenly clenched his fists and yelled, I've had enough. I've forgiven her countless times. Every time, she would say that she had broken off all relations with that man. But every time, I would catch her in bed. I've had enough. At the same time, the other police officers also found the weapon he used to hit Shenqing in the paparazzi's rented house. This case has been dragged on for so long. This scumbag is really patient. Everyone in the police station was relieved to be able to solve the case. When Tang Yin walked out of the police station, it was already 2 in the morning. Love, what kind of thing was it that could make someone so addicted to it that he would do such a terrible thing, just because that woman betrayed him? Tang Yin could not understand the paparazzi's anger, and he did not want to understand it at all. Why couldn't people be solitary animals? Why must they get married? But for some reason, he could easily think of Feng Shanshan at this time. With a woman in his head, of course, he was annoyed, so he tried to calm himself down. However, no matter how many cold showers he took, his body temperature would not go down. What the hell? At this time, Feng Shanshan was camping in her small courtyard. Looking at Tang Yan's house, the lights were still on. What time is it already? Was this man not going to sleep? The next day, Mu Qiqi heard that the case had been solved. The murderer was the paparazzi, and it was all because of Shun Qing's betrayal. Therefore, the love game was also a dangerous game. That old man is going back to the hospital for surgery today, right? Mu Qiqi asked Sheng Xiao during breakfast. When Mama Sheng heard this, she frowned. Which old man? What surgery? Sheng Xiao glanced at Mu Qiqi and explained to Mama Sheng. A friend's father? I thought it was that old man from the Sheng family. I knew it. A scourge lives for 1,000 years. How could something happen to him? Mu Qiqi knew that she had said the wrong thing, so she did not continue the topic. She shrugged at Sheng Xiao. Fortunately, Mama Sheng did not continue to ask. After they got into the car, Mu Qiqi said, I talked to my parents about everything, so I am not prepared. Most of the time, your mind is thinking about corpses. Wrong. Most of the time, I am thinking about you, and a small part of the time, I am thinking about corpses. Mu Qiqi corrected her. Then, she said, I have no classes in the afternoon. I will go to the hospital. It is weird to leave that old man alone. Aren't you afraid of quarreling with him? I will definitely not let him. At most, I will just hide a little, Mu Qiqi said. Go to Zhongting with peace of mind. I know that secretary he has a dinner today. I will take care of Grandpa Sheng. Sheng Xiao patted Mu Qiqi's head and could not help but sigh. You have finally grown up. You can be entrusted with important tasks. Bah, this is called going to war on behalf of your husband. I will let Su Che follow you. No need. You need Su Che more. He has another role. He is to help me monitor you and see if you dare to do anything. Sheng Xiao looked at Mu Qiqi as if she was an idiot. Don't forget that Su Che is my man. Men are indeed all big pig trotters. In the afternoon, Grandpa Sheng packed his things as if he was going to stay at a friend's house. But Gu Xiling saw it the whole time. From the moment Grandpa Sheng left the house, she quietly followed behind him and watched as the housekeeper accompanied Grandpa Sheng back to the hospital. When Gu Xiling arrived at the hospital, she did not leave immediately. Instead, she watched Grandpa Sheng change back into his hospital gown and lay on the bed to rest. Was Grandpa Sheng seriously ill and did not want the rest of the Sheng family to know? Gu Xiling guessed. She could understand Grandpa Sheng. But when she took out her phone and was about to call Shang Kai, she saw that Mu Qiqi had also arrived at the hospital and went straight to Grandpa Sheng's ward. She almost thought that she had seen wrongly, but it was undoubtedly Mu Qiqi. Grandpa Sheng hid it from the Sheng family, but told Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi. Thinking of this, Gu Xiling quickly made the call. Kai, I have something to tell you. Grandpa Sheng did not know that Gu Xiling had followed him. But the moment he saw Mu Qiqi, his expression was a little unnatural. Mu Qiqi was the same. The two of them were silent for a while. It was the butler who broke the awkwardness. Miss Mu, please have a seat. I just went to the specialist. He said that the surgery is scheduled for tomorrow morning. I am just here to take a look. I will come with Xiao Xiao later, Mu Qiqi said to the old man. Grandpa Sheng did not say anything. He coughed softly. You should rest. I will leave first. You're not afraid of me. Why are you in a hurry to leave? The old man could not help but ask when he saw her turn around. Chapter 574. How refreshing. You should be the one who wants me dead, but now you are restraining yourself. The person who always said that she wanted him to be healthy was always provoking him when he was sick. Wasn't that the opposite? I don't agree with you, and I know that you still don't agree with me. You think that I am not worthy of Xiao Xiao. I don't care what you think of me, but you are seriously ill now. I have to endure it no matter how much I hate you. It is not too much to give a princess to someone like Shang Xiao. Grandpa Sheng laughed. So, I have tried my best to give him the best so that he can show his status and not be afraid of being laughed at by others. I think my grandson is 1 in a million. You have said so much, but this is the only one I agree with. Mu Qiqi snorted. But I'm not bad. Although I'm not as powerful as the princess, I am better than most of the young ladies in Jianchuan, am I not? You are confident. Mu Qiqi rolled her eyes. Of course, she had that much confidence. All right, go back. I have a butler here. I don't need anyone to take care of me for now. This was the first time they talked so calmly, wasn't it? Then rest early. Mu Qiqi said politely and turned to leave the ward. It was only after Mu Chi left that Grandpa Sheng laughed. This girl still has such a personality. She never acts according to common sense. She's really like eighth brother. Isn't she taught by eighth young master himself? The butler laughed too. But this girl who has always been against me is actually more reassuring than Sheng Xiao and his group. Grandpa Sheng sat on the bed and laughed mockingly. Speaking of which, Gu Xiling is the one I chose. But what happened in the end? Gu Xiling saw Mu Chi enter the hospital and leave with her own eyes. She did not stop Mu Chi, but told Shen Kai when she got home. Grandpa did not go to a friend's house at all. He went back to the hospital. He must be seriously ill, but he did not tell anyone in the family except Sheng Xiao. Shen Kai's eyes were full of disappointment when he heard Sheng Xiao's name. Grandpa still thinks of eighth brother. Grandpa is being too biased. It's fine if he's fine, but if something happens to him and no one from the Sheng family is by his side, won't Sheng Xiao have the final say? Gu Xiling was indignant. I wouldn't be this angry if it was you, third brother, or even sixth brother. But this person is Sheng Xiao. Did Grandpa forget how much Sheng Xiao hurt him? Let's go to the hospital to see what's going on tomorrow morning, said Shen Kai. What about third bro and the others? Should I inform them? To think that third brother would share everything with Sheng Xiao. But what about Sheng Xiao? Eighth brother didn't even tell third brother about Grandpa's illness. Third brother is the only idiot who still calls Sheng Xiao his brother. Then the two of us will go, Gu Xiling said. Even if Grandpa needs treatment or something else, we should be there. An outsider like Sheng Xiao shouldn't interfere with the Sheng family's affairs. Shen Kai did not say anything. After all, didn't Gu Xiling always want to be Sheng Xiao's wife? Although the two of them had agreed to forget about that matter, it was still hard to bear when she really thought about it. Tomorrow, she would go and see what Grandpa was playing. Could it be that all the descendants of a Sheng family were outsiders and only Sheng Xiao was his grandson? Night, it was as if it had just begun. Feng Shanshan hired the workers to renovate the abandoned courtyard. After cleaning it, it finally looked like a home. Tang Yin, who lived next door, came back very early today. Feng Shanshan felt very warm when she saw the lights next door. But she secretly used Tang Yan's sense of security. Was it too much? However, perhaps the courtyard had been abandoned for too long. It was not easy for the water to come out, but the pipe in the bathroom broke again. Feng Shanshan looked at the water in the house and could only carry a repair box to the bathroom. Was it really because I was too bad in the past that I have to be punished by fate for the second half of my life? After living alone for a long time, it was inevitable that she would do some rough work. But if she slipped and fell, was this considered bad luck? Her head had just been smashed. Was she going to fall and hurt her feet now? Feng Shanshan threw away the wrench dejectedly. She could not watch the water overflow, so she could only be thick-skinned and knock on the door next door. Tang Yin ordered takeout for himself and was thinking about Feng Shanshan's cooking. Who knew that she would appear at his doorstep just like that? The pipe in my house is broken. I can't fix it. Can you help me? Feng Shanshan looked inside and saw him eating takeout. She suggested, I can give you a meal as a thank you gift. Your house. It's next door, Feng Shanshan said unhappily. This small courtyard is independent, but it's been abandoned for too long. If I wasn't in a hurry to move in, I would definitely renovate the inside and outside before moving in. Wait. After saying that, Tang Yin turned around to get the key and followed Feng Shanshan out. When he entered the door and saw the scene of water overflowing, Tang Yin could not help but sigh. Clean the drain. The water flow is too slow. After saying that, his tall figure squatted at the broken pipe in the bathroom. Feng Shanshan quickly went to deal with the drain. She wanted to save her carpet and other things, but they were all soaked. You're always so amazing, Feng Shanshan said. Shouldn't a person live in a hurry? Tang Yin did not answer. Instead, he stood up and took off his shirt. This made Feng Shanshan swallow her saliva because Tang Yin was only wearing a military green vest at the moment. His body was strong and smooth. It was obvious that it was the result of long-term exercise. Male hormones, this was how they erupted. The pipe is fine for the time being, but we have to find a professional to repair it tomorrow. Moreover, your house is already so wet. Are you going to continue living here? After Tang Yin was done, he stood up. The six-pack under his pectoral muscles was really too obvious. I'm going to camp in the courtyard. It was like that last night. Tang Yin said, You're good. Was she still a woman? After saying that, Tang Yin picked up his coat. As he walked out, he said to Feng Shan, Pack your things and come over. Otherwise, you'll come over to trouble your neighbor again. To be honest, the house was so wet that it needed to be dried for a few days. Moreover, Feng Shan really liked the fireplace in Tang Yan's house. As for Tang Yan, for some reason, when he knew that Feng Shan lived next door, his heart kept beating faster. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.